Oh, I'm excited. I'm bright as well. How's that? Is that better? It's not. We'll fix that later. Hi, everyone. Steve Dangle here. And welcome to Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm excited. The Leafs have, I believe, the last 3 streams we've done, or 3 of the last 4. They have blown at least a 3-1 lead and 2 4-1 leads. There was a game against the Blackhawks. David Kampf played the hero for the Leafs. And there was the game against the Avalanche. We had some fun with the Blues. I don't even remember what happened last Saturday. There's a lot going on. And yet, all these complaints, blowing leads, the defense in front of the net. What are they going to do with the deadline? What about the depth? Look at them. They're amongst the best teams in the National Hockey League. Still third in their own division. But, you can't pick who you're in a division with. That's not, what if you could? It seems like the sort of thing the Bruins would get away with. Oh, I think I figured it out. Oh, see? Now I look beautiful. Ron Mccann does this on air all the time. He's like, I'm way too bright. I need to figure this out. And he starts messing with cameras and the focus and lights and all that. Hey, so if you think we have our stuff together tonight on Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle, then you won't be able to contain yourself when you see how together we have our stuff after the game, because we have the Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle after show, hosted by Emily Agard. If you don't know her, you will love her. She was on a stream several weeks ago with us. That's going to be after the game. It will not be here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. By the way, while you're here, click like and subscribe. It will be on the Sportsnet Instagram page. You'll know it as the page that says Sportsnet and has over 1 million followers, because we just hit over 1 million followers. And we're modest as well. So, what do we got? What's going on in Canada tonight that everyone's talking about? That's right. Big Leafs game. Leafs taking on the Red Wings. It's true. We got the same weird lines that we got in the last game against the Anaheim Ducks. On one hand, the Leafs had a 3-1 lead and won. On the other hand, they blew the 3-1 lead and were outscored 3-0 at even strength. Power play was clicking, though. Marner making a lot of us look silly. So we got Bunting, Matthews, Kasha. That stays the same. Mikheyev, Tavares, Marner, Kerfoot, Kampf, Nylander. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Nylander obviously still getting his power play cookies. Leafs trying to spread it out. It just, even though Keefe said it's not a demotion, it feels like it. Fourth line, Engvall, Spezza, Simmons. If they don't score on themselves, that'll be an improvement on last game. But we shall not disparage that line, because Wayne Simmons is from Scarborough, being talked about a lot on Hockey Night in Canada tonight. Jason Spezza is a living legend, and Pierre Engvall is a giraffe. On defense, Riley Brody, Sandine Hall, and Dermott Liljegren. Sandine playing a lot of ice for a young man last game. And Peter Mrazek, underratedly, is going to be taking on his former team in the Detroit Red Wings. Peter Mrazek, revenge game. Revenge. Red Wings, Nemesnikov, Larkin, Raymond. We're going to get a look at 2 of the best rookies in the NHL, by the way, and Lucas Raymond and Mo Sider. Robbie Fabry, Pius Suter, Tyler Bertuzzi. Ernie, Rasmussen, Zadina in some trade rumors. Smith, Velino, Gagne on the fourth line. And are you like, Sam Gagne? Yeah. No, really? Yeah. Red Wings haven't been bad this year. Osterley, Sider, Letty Lindstrom, Stahl, Hronik, not Lidstrom. Calm down. And Alex Nedeljkovic in net, who I've recently seen as top 5 in Calder voting for the second straight year, because this sport of ours, this league of ours, makes a ton of sense. It's really smart. I'm glad that I'm Am I not there? What's going on? Oh, hello. I'm back now. Hi. So, as I was saying, little technical difficulty there. If you want to get into broadcasting in this country, you may have heard of the name Ralph Mellanby. Unfortunately, he passed away. There is a book called Walking with Legends, and it's about, it's by Ralph Mellanby. It's one of the first broadcasting books I read, and it's an interesting insight into the early years of Hockey Night in Canada and what made it into the, cultural, national phenomenon that it is today. So Ralph Mellanby, a titan of the business. We are going to get to questions if you have them. By the way, if you're a first timer, right down there in the live chat. That's all you do. We're not going to be able to get to all of them because, gosh, there's a lot of them. But we're going to get to as many.
We stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's an original 6 Saturday night as the Maple Leafs visit the Red Wings.
All right, we're back. Sorry again, technical difficulties. Listen, if this keeps happening, worst case scenario, we'll just show you the game. Instead of watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, it'll just be a Leafs game. That's all. Peter Mrazek, a record of 3-2. It's amazing that his record is even that large. Feels like it's been impossible for him to get into games and stay in them. But he's been healthy. And this is, I think, the closest together pair of games that he's played as a member of the Toronto Maple Leaf. And hopefully that's a trend that continues because the Leafs are playing a lot of games as we get into February. In fact, I believe tonight game 40 or game 41. They're only just hitting the halfway mark as the game is underway. Come on, Rasmus. Get in there. Not the fastest guy in the back end, but he's pretty strong on the puck for a guy who's not that big.
Back to Justin Hall. Jake Muzzin again out of the lineup for Toronto as the Leafs advance through center. Over the line is
as the new look third line takes the Red Wing zone. Tonight is game 40, by the way.
Puck slid in front of the net, and Nick Leddy is there for Detroit.
Questions as we settle in. Kevin, how do you think Mrazek will play against his former team? Well, Mrazek's last game was pretty good. So that's good news because apart from getting hurt in many of his first games as a Leaf, I think it's a bit harsh to say he struggled. I don't think it's harsh to say he let in a lot of goals and the team in front of him was not very good defensively. Kasha with a bit of a sneaky shot.
Larkin able to knock that away from Matthews. Nemestikov.
As the Red Wings, oh boy, well, hopefully that doesn't answer your question. Dylan Larkin, who is on a heater. He's been unbelievable recently. He was in hat picks not too long ago for cooking John Klingberg alive with a beautiful end-to-end goal, and he does it to the Leafs in this one. Austin Matthews playing the role of defenseman on that one. TJ Brodie basically alone. Dylan Larkin, a really, really fast skater, and Brodie's not able to pivot in time. Mrazek gets beaten clean, and the Red Wings are up one early in Detroit. So, Kevin, first shot of the game. Thanks. The old Kevin Jinx. There's the save. Hey! Oh, no, that's the Bronx cheer. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's mean.
And Mccann. John Tavares has a history of playing his best against Detroit.
Leafs trying to battle back here.
Bertuzzi for the Red Wings on an all former Guelph Storm line, along with Robbie Fabry and Pius Suter.
Well, can't blow a lead when you don't have it.
Against Suter. And Tavares centers and Marner right on.
Mitch? Okay.
Stops that.
Well,
the best players in the league,
by that line getting it in, and here's the
when they're young, return to the NHL every year with a new bag of tricks. One thing that they were working on real hard. Mitch, it's a little different. He got hurt. He went away. He's come back, and he's using this one-timer an awful lot. And people were making fun of him. I was tweeting about it last game, and lo and behold, he scored a power play goal with it.
Detroit zone. There's Pierre Engvall with it.
Not something we could have said for a long time. So good to see it. Good to see it go in for him.
First goal for Detroit last night in a 3-2 shootout win in Pittsburgh on the ice. Red Wings playing their third in four. The Leafs starting their first.
Leafs fourth line can't hold it in. Red Wings attack.
In almost 2 months.
Amazingly, only 7 games in December for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's been hard to get into a real rhythm.
Leafs haven't really given up an early one like that for a while. I will say that.
He's redlining in to get a change.
You know, first few minutes, maybe, not first shot. First shift. That'll be offside.
And an assist after being driven to the game by General Manager Steve Yzerman.
Oh, Robertson with a great question. Who you got in the Royal Rumble tonight? That's another big thing going on tonight, the Royal Rumble. I'm going to take Bray Wyatt. Oh, wait, no, they let him go. Sorry, I take The Fiend. Oh, wait, no, they let him go. I'm going to take Braun Strowman. Oh, wait, no, they let him go. I'm going to take Keith Lee. Oh, wait, no, they let him go. I'm going to take Ricochet. WWE's not letting Ricochet win anything. I don't know. Someone old. Someone old who no one wants to. Oh boy, here come the Red Wings with numbers. And why did he do that? They had numbers in time. Why did they do that?
JackpotCity.net.
They get the offensive zone face-off,
games perfectly made for you,
which I'm sure was part of the plan. Maybe they had tired legs late in the shift.
One thing, the first period has been.
I just thought that could have been an opportunity for the Red Wings.
The fewest goals, and the Toronto Maple Leafs came in with 22 more goals in the first period than Detroit.
I will say this: some people say SummerSlam is the number 2 show for WWE. WrestleMania obviously being the number 1. God, I love the Rumble. I'm a sucker for a nostalgia pop.
Strangely enough, they're one of the highest scoring.
Edge was such a good one a couple years ago. Really underrated was when Rey Mysterio came back. I had no idea.
Takes down Dylan Larkin, the goal scorer for the Red Wings. And here comes Sandin putting
a
cross in front.
Matthews trying to avoid kicking it in.
Down low, Kasha played it to the far corner, and Philip Peronic there, and he'll send it 200 feet, and that's an icing call against Detroit.
Well, I saw a good pinch by Sandin there, trying to jump in and make a play, but down in the corner, you know, just the experience of Larkin here is Kasha's thinking that he's looking at puck. Mccann does a good job with a little reverse hit, and he separates his man and allows the Red Wings to get out of pressure, but the icing gives Tavares an opportunity there to try to win a draw and get something going offensively.
John Tavares on the draw. He had 3 points in that
Listen, we're working on it.
4 win against the Red Wings early in the season. Marner and
Leafs,
Tavares
offensive zone.
Marner
Chance in
the
front.
backhand, and that flips.
And it goes over the glass.
And out.
Well, Marner's had the hot hand since coming back from his injury and then COVID protocol. A goal
Mitch
in 4
showing
straight
that leadership,
games.
working the referees.
Tried the quick little backhander. The puck
Practicing his jokes in the mirror before the game, getting him feeling good. Getting him to give him a few power plays. 4-game goal streak.
Tavares tried to pull that back, but jumping in to intercept is Robbie Fabry.
Fabry flying. This Red Wings team, man,
Lindstrom moved up to hold the zone.
they still got work to do, but they are feisty, fast, and skilled. They got some really impressive rookies, and they got more guys coming, too. Sneaky good save there from Mrazek. Oh! Oh, boy. Leafs reeling right now. This has been this team's problem for years, is they'll play fine. They'll play fine. But all it takes is one bad shift. Like, who's Dermott? Who are you taking? I don't get it.
Red Wings just trying to find a
I don't
little
get it, man.
here, and they get it with keeping the play alive.
They get running around. They're all over the place.
Bertuzzi tries to battle in front with Liljegren.
They do such a good job in the neutral zone defending. They do a good job defending their own blue line, and once the other team, whoever it is, tonight it's the Red Wings, gets possession beyond the blue line, hold on to your butts. As 5 minutes in, it's 1-0 Red Wings, and the shots are 7-2. Can someone tell me, is that good? I've read that it's bad.
Smith stays with it. And now the puck loose for Morgan Riley.
I've also read that it's good. You know, you got to do your own
Points
research.
for Riley in his last 16 games. Turned over at center, and Gagne bounces it back in.
The Red Wings not giving up. I told you, man. Tenacious. Velino, another young guy.
Morgan Riley intercepts and sends away Engvall.
Velino, by the way, there was I remember draft day. I guess it was 2018. There was a controversy. A lot of Leaf fans, myself included, wanted the Leafs to get Velino. Instead, they got Rasmus Sandin, and I mean, we don't know how good Velino's going to be yet. We also don't know how good Sandin's going to be. But I think we can all agree the Leafs probably need a defenseman more. Got to watch the hook there, Dave.
Comes loose for Kerfoot to Hall and back. A centering play just out of the reach of Kemp. And Detroit will bounce it back inside the Leaf line.
Not a very dangerous possession.
Up for Kerfoot, and he'll turn back. Next point for Kerfoot will tie his Leaf high for points in the season. Here comes Matthews over the line.
We'll be taking a break at the next whistle, which is right there. But we will be back on Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Don't go away. Told you we'd be right back. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Leafs getting outshot and outscored early by the Detroit Red Wings, but we've been complaining about the Leafs blowing leads. Now it's their time to overcome one early on the road. Let's get to your questions before we get to the return of gameplay. Lance, I hope you're less of a jinx than Kevin. Will we see any dang-its tonight? The threshold for a dang-it, by the way, Steve's Dang-Its, Sportsnet YouTube channel, check that out. The threshold is very high. We have high standards for dang-its. Like allowing a goal early in the period or on the first shot. Like it's not enough. In fact, Larkin could end up on hat picks, although that threshold's pretty high too. I think we'll see a dang it tonight just because... Whoa! Here we go! Oh my goodness! Oh! Is overpassing in a dang it? It's right there! It's in your feet! Oh my goodness. All three of you are good at shooting. Shoot it.
Red Wings almost put it back on their sprawled goaltender in their own goal there.
That's a Canadian standoff.
To that loose puck as Kasha threw it back
between a Czech, an American, and a Scarborough kid. After you, after you, after you, after you, after you. Shoot it! Yeah, Nedeljkovic flopping around like a fish.
He didn't have to.
Well, I thought Matthews' deferral was a little more surprising as well. He was right there in the slot. I thought he had a bit of a guesser.
Selfishly, I want the Leafs to get 60 shots tonight and win 2-1. I do have Nedeljkovic in my pool. I thought it was going to be that was pretty close to offside. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game tonight, so I considered benching him. You never know. Here come the Leafs again. And there go the Red Wings again. As they got numbers. Marner's coming back. I don't know if he's going to be on time. Oh, what a stop!
On a hot shot by Suter.
I think that might be a remember that save moment. You're offside, bud.
Touches it inside the line.
That might be a remember that save moment from Peter Mrazek. Any of you upset about the first one? What happened here? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that was almost a dang.
I thought Nedeljkovic was going to get caught with. Matthews goes for the pass. Here's it off his glove. Coming back the other way, and then it gets towards the goaltender. Suter trying to get that shot away. Nice job there of Mrazek getting that left pad and glove across and able to get a piece of it.
The Red Wings and the Leafs, I think, play similarly in that, you know, they're fast. They like to use their skill.
Looking to put it in front. Giovanni Smith is checked by Sandin. Jason Spezza turns, and now a nice outlet for Hall over the line with speed. Engvall from an angle. Stopped by Nedeljkovic at the line. That shot doesn't get to the net. Spezza goes after it. Philip Hronek there. Up the boards, past Hall and Simmons. And down the ice. Icing Detroit.
Here's that line coming together, and Matthews has gone 3 games without scoring. That's his longest of the season. Here's the initial play down.
Here's another look at that chance.
Across, but Matthews, maybe his body turned and saw the goaltender flying across.
I already said this, but if we freeze, we'll go to the full game, and we're obviously battling something tonight.
I don't think he was expecting a pass.
It's okay.
Whatsoever.
This is Nylander, Kerfoot, and Matthews.
Comes back to him.
I don't know if that's just because it was an ozone start or which would make sense because Kampf is usually the center for this line.
Chance to get Matthews out a little bit more.
And there's mixing around, as Sheldon Keefe said.
Once again, this is game 40. After tonight, there will still be 42 games left. Sheldon Keefe getting the blender out, trying to figure out what he wants. I'm not going to lie, I don't have a problem with that. Oh, boy. Would anyone like the out-of-town scoreboard?
I like it personally.
All members of the core
Oilers versus Habs. Oilers go up 1-0. First goal, Evander Kane.
On Wednesday night. First time they've been spread out through 3 lines, but as you see here, not always spread out. Loaded up here.
Oh, Leafs with a bit of an opportunity here. Matthews and Marner.
TJ Brody follows up. Moritz Sider behind the net for Detroit. Out to center ice for the other Calder Trophy candidate.
I don't think the argument against Evander Kane was ever that he wouldn't
Osterley
score.
proceeds into the zone. Rasmussen around. Coming back
Also,
to Osterley.
F in the chat
Wide of the net.
for
Off
producer
for
Drew,
Razik, out
who,
in-
oh
Rasmussen.
boy, Leafs scrambling again. Isn't this what I said? Isn't it? Oh my God, he wasn't even paying attention. Matthews passed it to Riley, who had no idea that was coming, and now the Leafs are still scrambling. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Leafs need to survive. They're just pirouetting, figuring it out as they go. This looks like a power play for the Red Wings. This is the Leafs' top line, basically.
What a response by the Red Wings line there.
Oh my goodness. As they can barely get off for a change.
Taking that put together line by the Leafs and all kinds
Mo
of
Sider getting fancy.
A couple of close calls around the net, side of the net.
Shots 10-4. Score 1-0. Wakey, Leafs.
His rookie campaign at just 20 years of age. A lead.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Just unable to
There we
reel
don't
that
go.
Back into control. Swept across the front of the Detroit net, and Larkin starts back. Lays it ahead for Raymond. Closing quickly his countryman Liljegren. A centering pass for Larkin.
You know,
and the Leafs
this Leafs
come
team
up with
does
that
have...
straight back. There's
Well, they're
Bunting
starting to play with
flying
more
in the
speed here.
express lane, and a shot
They
wide
do have the
right.
excuse of having a fragmented schedule
Along the boards, it's
as
all
of late,
battle
like
for
literally over the last
back
few
up
weeks,
there
super
by
fragmented schedule.
So Bunting, along with Cash and Camp this time.
But
And it slides back
that
over to
excuse
center.
is going to go away pretty quick
Andre Kasha will lift it in.
because
That bounces
they'll be
back
one of the
along
few
the
teams
boards.
consistently playing games in
Suarez comes
February.
in. Nick Leddy ahead at
All
center.
those
Pass
postponed
intercepted
games
by Hall.
getting added to their February schedule where there would have been a 3-week break.
Trying to turn away from
But
the
unfortunately,
check.
we're not going to the Olympics. Well, NHL players aren't
Ball
going to the
ahead.
Olympics.
Tavares will steer it down, and there's
Current
Foot.
NHL players are not
Putting
going to
into
the
zone
Olympics.
to get
Owen Power,
hit on
future
Wearick.
NHL player, he's gone.
Ahead for Detroit.
David Desharnais, Daniel Winnick,
Line
former Leaf,
Fabry, Bertuzzi.
they are going to the
Comes
Olympics.
back and sends that to center.
So far here, the Detroit defense, you saw Hronek there. He knew he was going to get pressured. Had a little bit extra effort to get there quickly.
If
It's hard to
Eichel,
hit.
assuming Eichel was not healthy in time for the Olympics,
Suter in, Bertuzzi.
would the state
Lost
centers
legs.
have been
At the side,
Matthews
ball
1,
back,
Larkin
Toronto
2?
will break out. Engvall with speed
You
through
could do
center,
worse.
chips and now gives chase.
And if Eichel was healthy,
Delkovich
Matthews,
took
Eichel,
it
Larkin,
down,
oi.
and Spencer
Whoa!
fired that wide.
Leafs with an opportunity.
Point
Leafs
shot
a little bit of
on
life.
target.
I got to say,
And
they
ricochets
got to
all
get
the
more
way
shots
back
into
into the
Delkovich. He is
zone.
all over the place tonight. He's scrambling.
Up ahead, nice
And he has
play by
not
Spencer.
had a
Take
strong
the
last
lead.
5 games.
Fires
Engvall
right on in the rebound. Jumps
testing
his
him,
stick.
and Nedeljkovic answers the
Given
challenge.
line by Liljegren, and now
The potential,
back out to center. Looks like
the
Jason
potential
Spencer's got
2-time
some tonight.
Calder nominee.
Just an opportunity.
Alex
Good
Nedeljkovic.
puck movement, end of the shift, got
It's
the transition
unlikely,
game
but
going, and that's
it
the
is
first real
still
solid
possible
save face-to-face
the Red Wings
by
could
Nedeljkovic.
sweep the Calder this year.
Timothy
It's
Liljegren
possible,
is 5-12
based on
on
criteria,
Wednesday night
the
against
criteria to
Anaheim.
be nominated for the
Shaken
Calder,
early and went to the bench.
that the,
Whoa!
whoa!
Delkovich almost gave it
You're a
to Michael
goaltender, 10 the
Bunting.
goal. The Red Wings could have Mo Sider, Lucas Raymond, and Alex Nedeljkovic all nominated
He's busy back there.
for the
He can
Calder.
be an adventure, can he? Yeah.
Again, it's not going to happen.
Matthews moves it
They could have
ahead,
too,
now
though.
goes to the attack.
Matthews,
Here's
over the line,
spinning
spin,
backhand
misses
to
the net.
wide. 7 goals and 7
Leafs starting to
previous
cook.
visits to Detroit for number 34.
Hall going for a little walk.
Hall's in deep, in behind the net. Back to the line for
Sandin puts it on.
Shot is
Again,
deflected
Ned didn't
wide.
really
The
track
Riders
that. The
steps
Leafs
up.
have got to get shots through here. The Red Wings doing a good job
Distance and
protecting their goalie tonight as the puck goes out of
Delkovich
play.
that whistle when the puck ends up.
I just got a text. Maple Leafs complete a pass challenge.
In Canada, as we reflect back to the
Well, on their best scoring attempts, they
days on the
completed too many
outdoor rink,
passes.
like the one at Sam Gagne's, where John Tavares spent some time.
John Tavares and Sam Gagne. Love it. Hockey day in Canada. It's a good time. It's always a good day for hockey in Canada. Well, watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Toronto Maple Leafs losing 1-0. early in this one to Detroit. I think it's pretty fair to say the Leafs have not played their best hockey, which is maybe a good thing. Because if this is their worst, they're only down 1-0. Who knows what the rest of the game holds? This is slightly uncharted territory for us, because not only do the Leafs often blow leads, they often do it while we are streaming these games. Some more of your questions here. This is a question from Steve. Love that. Steve, fellow Steve. Which Marlies defenseman are you looking forward to seeing in the show? So not necessarily this season. They have some guys who are a little bit more ready. Christian Rubens is more ready from a size perspective. We saw a little bit of him earlier in the season. Wasn't awful. Struggled a bit. Obviously didn't have the coach's trust. I want to see Brennan Manel, who the Leafs got from the Minnesota Wild. Really high-scoring defenseman in the KHL. Not the biggest. I think he might have already gotten a look with the Leafs this season. I think that was absolutely the plan to get him into games, but unfortunately he was battling an injury, but he's returned to the Marlies lineup. To answer your question, though, the guy I'm most excited to see in the show, Philip Kral. Really, really liked him in the preseason. Scouts and all the prospect writers have actually been really high on this guy for a few years now. 5th round pick from 2018. Left-handed defenseman. Oh! Leafs with a couple whacks at the puck there.
Excuse me, with a couple of whacks at that in front. After it goes
Kral with 15 points in 32 games this season on the Marlies as a 22-year-old defenseman. It's pretty good. Here come the Red Wings. Dylan Larkin again. Dangerous opportunity. Mrazek has been sharp since the first shot on goal. Generally speaking, I don't think it should be the goalie's fault when the first shot goes in and it's a partial breakaway. Kind of feels like that might be a little bit everyone else's fault. You know? Leafs dump it in. I don't know what the time on ice is, but Keefe seems to be going back to the Matthews well a lot. Red Wings with a partial 3-on-2 here. Tipped off the path to Hronek. Great centering opportunity for Bertuzzi. Where is it? Stopped in front. Not making it easy on Mrazek at all. Mrazek grabbing it, and Hall giving a little shove, saying, get away from our goalie, after the Red Wings get about 3 or 4 really good opportunities on their goalie. Not a great start for the Leafs, who, for a second, looked like they were turning the momentum a little bit here on Watch the Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. Back to your questions. Dan, what is your go-to burger place? All of them, man. All of them. This is the older I get. The older I get. It's not about what burger place is the best. It's what burger am I feeling today. Burgers are a mood. Sometimes I'm in a Wendy's mood. I could be in a McDonald's mood. I could be in an A&W mood. When I'm on the road, I'm usually in an A&W mood, But since Hockey Day in Canada, we're talking about Scarborough. I got to shout out a place that I fed my face a lot. Shamrock Burgers. You ever been to Shamrock Burgers? You should go to Shamrock Burgers. If there's one near you, you should find it. I don't know if it's a big chain. I know they have one in Ajax. Oh, it's so good. Onion rings the size of a donut. Oh! I got to go to Shamrock Burgers. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was from Dan. I don't know if I said that off the top. Tragic Magic. What 90s era Leaf would you want on this team? Oh, boy. I mean, the easy answer is Matt Sundin, on account of he was the best. But they need a little bit more attitude, don't they? You need a lot more attitude. Not that Sundin didn't have attitude. That dude was 6'5", 230, and had to play in the 90s. You're telling me he wouldn't clean up a little bit? Playing third-line center behind Matthews and Tavares? That wouldn't be bad. But seeing Clark dropped into today's game would be hilarious. Seeing Gilmore dropped into today's game would be hilarious. Nylander trying to sneak it through, and he can't. Ideally, you'd want a defenseman, but you sort of realize how long it's been, or how devoid of quality defensemen the Leafs have been for a very long time. Red Wings missed the net. You know what? Right-handed, kind of hard-nosed. Dmitry Yushkevich. He's exactly what the Leafs could use right now. You kidding me? Yushkevich Muzzin? Oh! Give me the cup. Give me the cup right now. Red Wings love playing with speed, man. Man, if you're the Leafs, your hope is that these kids are just going to tire themselves out. We still got a lot of first period to play here, and the shots are 15-5 Red Wings. Oh! Hey! We got a goal! Engvall! Nice little depth goal for the fourth line. Didn't even need to use a stick. And the world's most talented giraffe gallops into the goal column. Chipped on net. I think that's by Morgan Riley. Hits David Kampf in the knee. Off of Nedeljkovic's left toe. It was going wide and in. Watch this. Riley with the backhand. I think it might have even gone off the defender's stick. Followed the bouncing puck all over the place. Even glances off the post, I think. And the Leafs have tied this thing up despite getting humped in the shot column. They don't ask how, they ask how many. Which is a dirty lie if you've ever heard a Sheldon Keefe press conference. He absolutely asked how. And he's probably not happy with the how. But he's content with how many.
Being aggressive, trying to pinch, it caused an odd man rush. There's a great example of keeping that aggressiveness, jumping up, and creates the goal that ties the game.
Engvall, his sixth of the season. He's having a sneaky, sneaky good kind of rebound offensively. He went an eternity without scoring in terms of games played and calendar days. Oh! By the way, the reason I mentioned calendar days was because of COVID. He had 15 points in his first 30 games. That's what got him his contract extension, which he's currently still on, from Kyle Dubas. And wow, did the offense dry up. He did get one goal between the contract extension and the end of the 1920 season, and it was against David Ayres. It was the third goal against David Ayres, which gave David Ayres the win. Leafs almost tipped it in there. I'm telling you, put it on. You can look at that as a fortuitous bounce, but Nedeljkovic is all over the place.
20-goal scorer for Detroit, the fastest through 35 games.
Oh, we got a yard sale. We got a yard sale.
06-07.
Oh! Good job clearing it out of the slot. Would have been nice to break out, but the Leafs are going to opt for a line change instead.
Not being able to play in Canada because of the vaccination status. A lot of pressure to produce, and he's been able to do just that.
Dermott, buddy.
That puck sent the length of the ice.
Sometimes I wish Dermott would show less poise in the defensive zone.
Here's Mitch Marner looking to center. Now McCann.
I've never seen a defenseman so confident standing still who shouldn't be. Leafs working it around a little bit here. A little bit of sustained zone time, which they haven't had. Big one-timer. Marner blocked, and Hronek did not like that. I'm telling you, Marner likes his new toy. McCann, oh no! 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 Not Cobra! Not the wrist!
Detroit.
You know, you talk so often as a player,
I don't know if we'll get a replay of that, but McCann blocked his own teammate's shot, and it looked like it got him between the glove
Shin pad of Spezza
and the arm
early
pad.
on. That's
Please
the
no,
goal
please
last
no,
time,
please
and then
no.
now here, go to the net, good things
But the good
happen.
news,
It's a even out, as you
Engvall,
say,
his
you
6th
keep
of the season,
your routine
ties
the
this
same,
game
you keep
up
trying
at
to be
1.
positive, and those are the ups and downs of playing in the National Hockey League. When
I
bad
thought
things
we were
happen,
going
you
to
can't let
break.
it get you down. The team was able to respond
We're-
and get a
we're
win,
not.
and here
We're not.
he's been able to
Don't
tie
worry.
this thing.
Calm
5
yourself,
points
Steven.
in the last 5 for Engvall.
By the way, just to drive my
15
point home,
on
last
the
year
season,
Engvall had
matching his
7 goals.
top output, which was
He's already got
his
6.
rookie year, and Jason
He had 12
Spezza
points. He's already got
with an assist,
15.
his first in 9 games.
So I stand by it.
Matthews
Bang!
and fires
Nedeljkovic
into the
in the glove.
who flashes leather.
This is the thing with the Leafs, man.
Nedeljkovic flashing leather, you got on the bench.
There he
McCabe,
is.
was trying to get it
McDavid on the
defensively. I thought
McDavid.
he's getting in position. He gets hit with
Mikheyev
it.
on the bench.
Trying to get out of the way. It looks like it got him in the inside.
Right on the
left wrist.
inside
You know, the hand problem he's had, not
of that
too happy
left
about
wrist, and he's
catching that one in a vulnerable spot
understandably very upset.
on the Leaf bench.
Broken thumb kept him out of the lineup for quite some
Got his wrist
time
slashed
earlier this
in a game against the Devils as a rookie.
year. From the draw,
Missed some time, a lot of time this season with a broken thumb.
Here's Riley dangling again, a center
But he's been a
pass.
very useful
Off the
player
skate,
for the Leafs
Goalie
since
sends
returning
it
from
to
that
the net.
injury.
Off Nedeljkovic,
And that would
forward.
not be good, especially because he's getting an opportunity in the top 6,
And
which
that
he has
pass
always
along the
wanted.
boards hit the
A lot of
net.
Leaf fans have forgotten that he asked for a trade,
Leafs energized
and
by the
Dubas
Engvall
simply
goal.
said no, which I think is hilarious.
Her foot off the boards, and that's taken away by
I want
Wearick.
to trade. Well, no.
Nylander's on it.
Why not? Well, we like you,
Turn away
but I don't want to play here. Yeah, but we like you. Matthews shoots!
and put the
Rebound!
right on.
Oh, Nedeljkovic with the stop.
Holds onto that.
I mentioned the shots were skewed towards the Detroit Red Wings.
They're never
early
far out of
on.
it, are they?
Starting to get some chances. Here's Matthews in all alone. Not
Man,
often
that's
you
such a
see
crafty
him
play
just
from
line up
Matthews.
with the slapper,
Poised stop
but
from Nedeljkovic.
Nedeljkovic in good position. This, the rebound is
Leafs
there.
weren't really able to take advantage of his scrambly play early. He's settling in.
But Nedeljkovic, the key there, Chris, is being
Kinda
able to
underrated
find that
flow.
rebound and not allow anything.
I don't see a lot of goalies with the flow poking out.
So Spets out to take this offensive zone.
14.6 seconds here. Leafs fourth line on the ice. Why not? They scored the only goal.
Did a good job
Oh,
getting the
and they'll get an
shot
opportunity.
there.
Wayne Simmons stopped by Nedeljkovic's toe. There's still time.
Behind the net, Simmons
Battling behind the net. Two big bodies back there. Engvall cannot get to it. Ooh, the Red Wings almost taking over the glass penalty, but they don't. And the Leafs, despite getting outplayed for a large portion of the first period, including the first minute and a half when they got scored on, escape the first period tied 1-1. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. When we come back, because we're going to take a quick break, we're going to show you some Sportsnet original content. When we come back, at the end of first intermission and all throughout the second period, we're going to have Ken Reed, certified beauty, hockey card expert, Sportsnet host extraordinaire. He'll be right back, and we'll be right back. Sports. It's a terrible transition. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends, show the content.
Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Grab, aka Gravite, and for my first introduction to the Sportsnet YouTube channel, I wanted to rank my top 10 NHL teams heading into this All-Star break. Now, it is a great situation because almost every team is around that 40-game threshold, which gives us a great sample size on every NHL team. But who do I see as the best NHL teams right now, and does your favorite NHL team make today's top 10? Watch till the end for the complete list, and make sure you hit that subscribe button on this Sportsnet YouTube channel for the best highlights and best sports coverage out there. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, to start off today's list at the number 10 spot, the 10th best NHL team, there are three teams in my opinion that have a strong case for this spot. The Minnesota Wild, the Boston Bruins, and the Nashville Predators all are extremely close in my opinion, and this was actually probably the hardest position to actually nail down. But in the end, coming in at number 10, the Minnesota Wild barely edged out everybody else. To me, when it comes to Minnesota, right now they're first in the wild card race, getting a 24-10-3 record. They have a lot of games to make up though, and I feel like they'll likely catch some steam. Kirill Kaprizov, Zuccarello are having great seasons as expected, but Ryan Hartman rocking an 18-goal season has been extremely underrated. To me, the biggest question though comes in the goaltending. Cam Talbot's been rather inconsistent with a .909 save percentage. Meanwhile, Kaapo Kähkönen in 14 games, he has a .922 save percentage. We'll likely see Kähkönen get some more responsibility, and he could also end up as a starter by the time the season's done. Now moving on to number 9, to a team that's been extremely hot as of late, I want to move on to the St. Louis Blues. The 9th best team in the NHL right now, in my opinion, is a really fascinating one because I feel like the Blues are playing much differently than they have in the past. You see guys like Jordan Kyrou truly kind of transforming that team offensively. You're seeing Vladimir Tarasenko get back to true form, but a lot of depth that really hasn't been there since they won the Stanley Cup. Their defense has been solid, but the goaltending, just like Minnesota, has been a huge question mark. Binnington started off well, but has gotten a lot colder over the past month, and we've seen Ville Husso, after a really poor season last year, come up and potentially be St. Louis's starter. He's had a great last few games, and that'll be another interesting story to keep an eye on. But Husso has been fantastic for them, and no matter who they're playing, the Blues are a top 10 team and have been proving it on a consistent basis as of late. Now let's move on to the 8th spot here on the 8th best NHL team, and this is a team that in my opinion could maybe find themselves outside the top 10 in a few weeks time, but I still have quite a bit of confidence in them, and that is the Washington Capitals. To me, with the Caps, they're right now first in the wildcard race, just like the Minnesota Wild. That Metro is absolutely stacked though, so we'll give them a little bit of a break here. The big thing that stands out to me is just how valuable Alex Ovechkin has been. At 36 years old, he's among the NHL leaders in points, and for the Capitals, 21% of their goals have come from Ovechkin, which is insane to think about. To me, though, the biggest question, just like some other teams on this list, is the goaltending. Although Zach Fucale, when he has played, has been a revelation. With Samsonov, he's a .903 save percentage right now. With Vanecek, a .909 save percentage. Not good enough for Washington, especially if they're going to want to compete for the Stanley Cup. But now we're going to move on to the number 7 spot and the 7th best NHL team. And at this spot, I'm going to have a team that is kind of all over the place right now, but still overall has been playing some great hockey in the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, although their past couple weeks have not been as successful, I feel like with the Leafs, one of the biggest things I've noticed from them is the great performances of some of their depth scorers. Michael Bunting, who I thought could be a really good under-the-radar pickup in this last offseason, has been a revelation and even better than anybody would have expected. Wayne Simmons has been insane so far this year, as well as other players like Ilya Mikheyev that have been really picking up the slack as of late and putting in some great depth goals for them. Obviously, Matthews is the best American, one of the best players in the entire league. Mitch Marner has been really good over the last month, and Jack Campbell has been playing some of the best hockey he's ever played. I feel like with Toronto, obviously, we all know the playoffs is what matters for them right now, but so far, it's been so good for them this season. Now, we're going to move on to number 6 and the 6th best NHL team, and I'm just going to come out flat and say it. Let's talk about them New York Rangers, shall we? Now, I know I'm going to give the credit to the Rangers, even though a lot of their weaknesses have been kind of masked by Igor Shesterkin's unbelievable Vezina Trophy campaign so far. I still want to give some credit where it is due. I mean, Chris Kreider, for one, leading the NHL in goal scoring. Raise your hand if you saw that coming. You did not see that coming. Stop raising your hand. It did not happen. But other players have been key for them, like Adam Fox, like Igor Shesterkin, as I mentioned. One thing that I've really noticed with this team, though, is how the Rangers, trading Buchnevich in the offseason, gave more of a spotlight to Lafreniere and Kakko to potentially have career years offensively. That has not happened, to say the least, but the big guys are truly carrying the load for the Rangers, which, considering how much they're paying Zibanejad, Panarin, Chris Kreider, is how it should be. But it will be interesting to see how the Rangers are able to rebound in this second half. So far, though, some great hockey being played at MSG so far this year. But now we enter the top 5, and this is where we truly get to the cream de la crop of the NHL teams. Sorry about that. But now we're going to go inside the top 5, and starting at number 5, I'm going to go to a team that still somehow is underrated at this point in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, to me, one of the biggest things for the Penguins has been their health and lack thereof. Guys like Sidney Crosby, Malkin, Brian Rust have missed significant time with this Penguins team, yet they've not just stayed afloat, they have been amazing, and a lot of that is because of Mike Sullivan's amazing system there, and also Tristan Jarry being one of the most underrated goaltenders in the league this year. Yeah, I know, it is weird, but the Penguins have been playing some great hockey while missing a bunch of their stars at a lot of points throughout this season. Really big heads up to that Penguins coaching staff that does not get enough credit for how consistent they are. Now, the playoffs are another thing and another beast the Penguins have not really been all that great in the past couple of years, but so far this regular season, they're still here, and they're still an amazing hockey team. But now we're going to move on to number 4, and move on to a team that's had some decent success over the past couple of years in the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know if you've heard of them. They've been doing all right for themselves and continue to have that happen so far this year. To me, when it comes to Tampa, they're kind of in a similar situation to Pittsburgh a little bit, where they've had some of their stars missing some significant time. Nikita Kucherov to start the season, Brayden Point for a couple weeks there, were pretty big missing options on that forward group, but to me, there's been some big, amazing years. Steven Stamkos has been so consistent offensively. Victor Hedman, low-key, should be back in the Norris Trophy conversation, even though I think he was a little bit overrated last season. He has been legitimately franchise level so far this year, and Andre Vasilevsky, no more needs to be said about that guy, who is the best goaltender in the NHL and has been the most consistent one at that. Once again, Tampa is good, but I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Now, one thing I also wanted to mention was that third line that was gutted in this offseason, but you've had players like Corey Perry, Pat Maroon, you've had great players being able to kind of fill those roles, which has been so important to Tampa's success. Now, getting inside the top 3 in the power rankings, we're going to go to number 3, and I feel like this is where the Carolina Hurricanes are going to place. Now, in a lot of ways, I feel like everything has kind of gone right for Carolina so far this year. The biggest concern by a humongous margin I had coming into this year was the goaltending. Were Freddie Anderson and Antti Ranta gonna get past their injury-prone past? And that has been a resounding yes so far this year. The defense has been spectacular, but I don't think anybody's really surprised by that. One big part of this Canes offense, though, that I think has been huge has been the amazing season of Seth Jarvis. I don't think he's getting enough credit, maybe because he's not getting as many points as a Raymond or a Zegras, but he has been so energetic and such a dynamic force for the Canes. I'm not really too surprised. He's been that way since the WHL, but he's been such a great option for this Canes team throughout the entire season. But now getting us inside the top 2, we have 2 teams left here that are fighting for that number 1 spot, the Colorado Avalanche and the Florida Panthers. And before this year, that was actually my Stanley Cup prediction. We'll see if that actually happens, but in my opinion, these are the 2 strongest teams in the NHL right now, but one team has to be number 2. And coming into the second spot and the second best NHL team, I have the Florida Panthers. Now, when I was making this list a couple days back, I actually had the Panthers number 1, but that loss first to the Kraken, I think, just barely put them at second place. Still, though, Sergei Bobrovsky has been a revelation so far this year. The forward group on every single line is just so fun to watch. You're seeing Aaron Ekblad have a fantastic season and not get enough credit. To me, of Florida, though, every single part of them is working right now, and I could also see them adding quite a bit at this year's NHL trade deadline. But now we can officially get into the number 1 spot and the best team in the entire National Hockey League, and yes, I do have to say it, the Montreal Canadiens. No, I'm sorry, I can't even do this, sorry. The Colorado Avalanche are the best team in the NHL, and if producer Drew did exist, I think he'd probably agree with this pick, but to me, the Avs are the most dominant team in the NHL right now, and it's come with pretty okay goaltending. They haven't had much success with Kemper until recently, which I think just makes this Avalanche run even more impressive. But Nazem Kadri is having a career year to end all career years. Mikko Rantanen has been as good as ever. Nathan McKinnon is Nathan McKinnon. Devon Taves is 3 points above a point per game, which is insane to me, and Cale Makar has been as good as he has ever been. To me, with this Avalanche team, they'll likely add a lot of the trade deadline, just like Florida, but even right now, they're the best team in the NHL and are the number 1 team heading into the NHL All-Star break. But that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the Sportsnet YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell. Comment down below, what do you agree and disagree with my rankings, and what would your top 10 NHL teams be? Let me know also in the comments if you guys want to see this series continue. Hopefully we can do more of them in the future. With that, though, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Hey everybody, Steve Dangle here. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. My goodness, Ken Reed is here.
Hey,
Hooray!
watch this, Dangle. Watch this, buddy.
What do you got? Boy!
Red Wings, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Got it at the Sports Card Expo for $25 once.
25? That's not bad. That's
Yeah,
not. I
you
need
know.
more goalie masks.
Yeah, I like goalie masks. Yeah, I got to get my internet camera figured out here. This is all new to me. the
Okay.
Internet.
So speaking of internet camera, I have a bunch of stuff on the wall behind me. You were trying really hard to ask a question about one of the photos I have behind me, and I could not figure out what you were saying. So we're going to figure it out right now. Which,
Yeah, there's a guy no glare up there. Over it would be your right shoulder.
this one?
No, that's your left shoulder.
This one.
Your right shoulder. Yeah, you're almost pointing at him. So turn around.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
so
other
go the other way. Go the other way. Go the other way. No, the other way.
The other way?
Yeah, no, the other way with your finger.
There's only two ways. Okay.
Go to your right. There. Now go up. No, go back to where you were. Now, yeah, right beside that one. The three pictures on the top that I see. Who are they?
Okay. This one is
Yeah.
Kessel.
Okay.
This
No,
one
I don't want to know about the mini figures of men. I want to know the pictures.
Oh, the pictures. Okay, so each figure above it is a picture of me with the person in that figure.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Right. So this is Phil Kessel.
Yeah.
This is James Van Riemsdyk.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned it the wrong way. This is
Yeah.
Brian McCabe.
Okay, that's the one I wanted to know because I saw the no glare.
Okay. So the figure on the wall is the variant because it's no helmet and he's got the blonde mohawk.
Cool. Now I have a friend, Brian Rhodes. He's out in Belleville area. He's out in Belleville, and he is like a big dealer of the McFarlands. And by the way, former Belleville Senators assistant coach Paul Boudelier says to say hi to you. He said he saw we're on together tonight, so he said, say hi to Steve. That was a great day when you came out with the Sens.
That was hilarious. So let me tell that story real quick. So there's not a lot of Sportsnet employees who live in Oshawa, and there was a big story in Belleville, and it was the Hamburglar was traded. He was involved in the Matt Duchene trade, traded away from the Sens to the Avalanche, but he remained with the Belleville Senators.
Okay.
So I went to talk to him, and for some reason I was hanging out in the stands and I was taking pictures, and it was Paul Boudelier, you said?
Yeah, Paul Boudelier, yeah.
He's like he's shouting at me from the ice, and I don't know what he's saying, and I'm media, so automatically I assume I'm being yelled at. Like,
Yes.
Get the hell out of here or whatever.
Yes.
He's like, no, come get our picture, is what I thought he said. So I'm like ready to take a picture of the whole team. And he's like, no, you come on the ice, take a picture with us.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that'd be Paul.
okay. I laid down on the ice doing the number 1 thing. If I knew we were going to tell the story, I would have found the picture and we could bring it up. But
he just sent it to me. He just sent it to me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Here, you got to text that to me and I'll give it to our producers right now.
You know what's funny is, like Paul's just a friendly guy from Cape Breton, right?
Yeah.
And when you like those, what I'm thinking is funny is before you're on, you said you've been doing this since 2007.
That's right.
So the guys on the team are probably early 20s. They would know you, right? They'd be like, "Oh, that's Steve Dangle." So they probably thought it was hilarious. And Paul's super friendly guy, you know. So there you go.
Here's the photo. God, that's legendary.
And if anyone out there on the internet wants Dangle's phone number, just ask me and I'll give it to you.
All right, I'm sending that to our producers. I know this is kind of on the fly, and I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
Buddy, no worries.
One of the guys in this photo is, and I promise we'll show you, is Ethan Wearick, who was briefly with the Belleville Senators, and he is now an Olympian.
Cool.
He's playing with Team China.
Really?
Right now he's with Kunlun Red Star in the KHL.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of guys went over there and played a couple of years in the K and get their passports. And
well, yeah, like a lot of guys were making fun of him, and oh my God, who's going to be on this team? They're going to lose every game. And I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, I know most of these players.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to lose every game.
Maybe.
Like if the NHL guys went there, but now who knows, right?
Right.
You know, if they're going up against Crosby and McKinnon and McDavid, I don't like their odds, but
yeah, I could see how that might have hurt a little.
The Olympic team before the NHLers went in '98, it used to be such a cool thing. It was a national program. They toured around. They'd go to small towns, and you got to know the guys before they went. In a way, now, like I mean, I'm very happy that these kids are going, and I mean I'm sure there's like lots of guys from across Canada. I know Alex Grant from Antigonish is on the team, but you don't really know them unless you're, a Steve Dangle type diehard hockey DB elite prospects addict.
A loser, I think is.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So we're obviously going to watch the game together, and we'll talk about the game as it goes on. But you got a bunch of stuff behind you. Is there anything you wanted to highlight or?
My wife thinks this is show and tell. So since this is Leaf centric, I thought you might want to see my oldest Leaf card.
Oh,
so I got an oldie for you. It's kind of cool. I learned about this guy a few years ago because I'm proud of where I'm from, so I collect rookie cards of Nova Scotians. This guy's name's Flash Hollett.
There we go. Oh wow!
Born in Sydney, Nova Scotia. First NHLer from Nova Scotia, but he was raised in Ontario, from what I gather. And this is his 1935 O-Pee-Chee. So I hunted for this one for about 4 or 5 years and eventually found it. So there you go. Flash Hollett. And he was like the Bobby Orr of that era. He was a high-scoring defenseman from that era.
That is wild as we return to the game here. So that's not a reprint. That's an authentic. It's a card from 1935.
Yep, it's from 1935. It's in pretty good shape. PSA 5.5, so in good shape. So when I watched the first period, I thought, when Dylan Larkin scores 75 seconds in, I thought, how does Dangle do this? And then I remember you saying you were done with this team until this year's playoffs, but obviously you're not.
I mean, every game is fun. This is the thing. Like, to me, the days where there are no games are hard.
Yeah.
Because, I like obsessing over every detail with the Leafs. It's, whoa! Oh, the Red Wings very early again. Boy, this team is shambolic in front of them.
Can you do your start on time? That's a good thing for your start on time like Babcock tonight, isn't it?
Oh, well, you're not going to win anything if you don't start on time, and if you don't live right, you're not going to play right, and if you don't act right, you're not going to live right, and how's that?
Have you ever seen you do that?
I do know that his kids liked the impression.
Oh, cool.
Very much. And I don't know if they heard any of what I had to say after he got fired.
Or
leading up to
what happened here. That's another minus for your man Matthews.
I know. Boy, they're shambolic in front of their own net.
Yeah,
Nemestikov loving it.
They're still not a defensive juggernaut.
No. They, and this is, it goes with what we were just talking about, right? So it's difficult to obsess about them because they can't win games in April in January. You know what I mean?
Very good. Yeah.
It's hard to talk about
Good opening 30 seconds.
Like, you know, you're.
Oh, here we go.
And here's the thing. I mean, you know right now you're in the playoffs based on how the East is kind of... We basically know the 8 playoff teams, so it's
Yeah.
like... If you're going to lose 5 in a row, I'd rather do it now. Like, I wouldn't want to pull off 14... Like, as weird as it sounds, I wouldn't want to win 15 in a row if I was the Leafs. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah, I totally know what you mean. You don't want to...
Peak too early.
Peak too early, you don't want them to get complacent, but... Boy, I watched the way they play games. You know, before the shutdown, they were going a little bit. Oh, boy.
There you
Oh,
go.
boy.
There you go.
Oh, Ken, you got to get out of here. Tyler Bertuzzi, now the Red Wings are up 3-1. Barely over 2 minutes into the second period. What happens here? Another odd man rush. And again, we got some like big names on the
old
ice.
classic chance at one end.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Well, to who, Mitch? To who?
Marner can't find this puck.
Decider getting an assist here. He's in my pool. That's the only good thing.
Nice shot.
And if Alkovich wins, it's in my pool as well.
I don't know why, Dangle, but like I mean, you figured something out because those who love the Leafs watch you, and those who don't watch you. And I didn't grow up a Leafs fan. I'm not a Leafs fan, and I love your pain. I don't know what it is, but I feast on your pain.
You know, that was the funny thing. So, obviously, we did watch the Leafs game during the playoffs. That's how we started it, the Leafs-Habs series.
Yeah.
Game 4, we made the decision, all right, we're going to do this throughout the playoffs. Or, sorry, after Game 4. So the Leafs are up 3-1, and they never won again. And in the third round, they asked me back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to do Habs games. Like, I don't know how that's going to be received. They're going to hate me. As they're trying to show some life, maybe generate some room. There,
There you
Ken.
go, buddy. Hey, by the way, I saw what Adam said on the podcast the other day. I'm kind of afraid next time I see him. He said he's going to kiss me right on the mouth. He said he'd kiss me right on the mouth. And I'm cool. I'm a cool guy, but, you know.
We all feel that way, Ken.
Yeah, but no, room, buddy. But, you know, back in the day, if you were down 2-0 in a game, or 3-1, gotta get the team going, bud.
Yep.
Off
Room.
the mitts. Yeah.
Room.
Yeah, room. Yeah, Tiger Williams educated you about room. That was such a fantastic night. Dangle, get over here. Tiger, tell him about room. And Tiger just, boom. Like he was in heaven.
Okay, so the reason I was in a room with Tiger Williams is we were at the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic to support, yeah, that's right, you got the hat to support Easter Seals. It's a charity that helps out kids with physical disabilities. And Ken goes, I got to bring you over to Tiger Williams. He's going to teach you about hockey.
So everyone knows, when it comes to Dangle and I'm kind of like an evangelical preacher. I want him to come to my side and like hockey the way I like it.
Right. The type of hockey.
The type of hockey, yes.
Right. Oh! The Leafs are always a shot away, but now they're 2 shots away.
They're 2 away, yeah.
So anyway, Tiger Williams, at some point during his story about toughness as the Red Wings get another scoring chance here, how old is Tiger Williams? 65? Something like that?
Tiger would have been drafted in mid-75, so 55 to now is... That'd be 45 and 20, yeah, 65, 67 in there.
Gentleman of advanced age. This dude telling me a story at maybe a quarter strength punched me in the chest.
Not even 10%.
Not even 10%. And it was sore like the next day, man.
Yeah. He is like built like granite. Like he's still just so strong.
He is thick. Oh boy, I don't know about that hit. No arms up there, Ken.
But Tiger made a lot of room for himself. He scored 30 goals and got over 300 PIMs in the same season in Vancouver.
300.
There you go, Dangle.
Oh my God.
Oh, the extra pass by Detroit, the men's league move, right?
Yeah. Everyone's got to touch it before it goes in. Oh my Lord.
Oh, how did that not go in? Mrazek was all over the place there too.
You're a goal away. You're a goal away from technical difficulties.
You know what's funny is my son freaked out when the Bills lost the other day. He's a big Bills fan.
Oh.
Went nuts. He's 8 years old. And I said, yeah, give him a couple minutes. And Ash said, well, I'm glad that this only happens once a year. I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, the Bills won't lose in the playoffs till next year. I go, well, he's a Leafs fan too. So we'll be dealing with this in the spring. You know the pain, Dangle.
That's hard. So, because you grew up a Habs guy, right?
Grew up a massive Habs fan. Yeah, I was to the Leafs, to the Habs what you are to the Leafs. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And that's not all that uncommon out
No.
in Nova Scotia way.
It's, you know what? It's usually Leafs or Habs, and then a tinkle of Bruins, a tinkle of Wings. My dad's team was the Wings, but nowadays there's obviously a lot of Pittsburgh and Avalanche fans as well.
That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, I had all the stuff on my walls and all that stuff, and then I became a hardened member of the media, and that side of me kind of went away, and I just cheer for certain players now, to be honest.
We're about to go to break. Obviously not mid-game. We're going to wait for a whistle. But when we come back, do we have the picture up? The Belleville... Okay, we don't have it yet. So when we come back, because we are working on it, but when we come back, I want you to tell the story of Tiger Williams scaring the daylights out of a young, tough guy trying to make a name for himself.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Because that was... we won't have enough time right now. That was my favorite story that night.
You just went full-on Ron McLean, continued the broadcast while talking to the producer. That was impressive.
Man, let me tell you, I deserve a raise.
I don't know where your advanced stats department is here, Dangle, but old puck possession's pretty Detroit right now.
Oh yeah, no, this is bad.
Yeah, you know what I learned about puck possession? You know what I learned about it? 1982, and then some nerd discovered it on the internet a couple of years ago, and it became the big thing.
The Leafs are a strange team. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they have the puck a lot, like actual possession, but in terms of generating like Corsi and like getting shots on goal, putting shots on, they haven't been doing great. Speaking of not doing great, they're down 3-1. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. That's Ken Reed. We'll be right back. Back with Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle here with Ken Reed. The Leafs have blown a lot of 3-1 leads lately, and now they're going to try to overcome one against the Detroit Red Wings. But before they come back, Ken Reed, you owe us a story about Tiger Williams and Room.
Beautiful story. So one of the things I think a lot of people get confused at is they think guys in the old days used to fight all the time. Guys didn't fight all the time. If you like, Tiger fought a lot, but if you look at Dave Semenko's PIMS, they're not that high because he didn't go all the time. He'd fight about 10 times a year because guys basically didn't want to fight him. So late in his career, Tiger's playing, and he gets sent down to the American Hockey League. And there's a guy in the AHL who's going to make a name for himself. He's been up in the NHL a bit, and he's saying he's going to fight Tiger at this home game that his team's having. I'm not going to name the team. So I'm going to fight Tiger. I'm going to fight Tiger. And so Tiger gets wind of this. And Tiger, he's not going to back down. But, he wants to play the game too. And he's he's getting up there. And you just don't want to fight for the sake of fighting, right? You want to fight for purpose. And when you fight for purpose, it makes a difference. If you just go out there and toss your gloves off and blah, 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 you're just fighting for show. And to do your job effectively as a tough guy, to be an effective tough guy, you don't fight for show. You fight for your team. And you fight for a reason. So Tiger goes out, the crowd's all roared up. It's like a Sunday afternoon or something, the old AHL midday classic,
Right.
And the rink's rowdy, and so this team starts the tough guy. It was Rochester. I'll give you that one. They start their tough guy on the wing, and so Tiger's coach sees it. And Tiger, you're starting on the wing opposite this guy, right? Good, huh? So Tiger skates up, open and draw. He goes, "I hear we're gonna go, are we?" And fella says, "Yeah, we're gonna go." He goes, "Suppose you got a lot of friends and family here, do you? Everyone's out to see you?" And Buddy said, "Yeah." His family wasn't too far away from where he was playing the money. "Yeah, I do. They're all here." And he said, "The crowd wants to see it, don't they?" Yeah. He goes, "Well, what would you think if I dropped my gloves right now and beat the living snot out of you in front of your friends, family, and all these fans? What do you think of that? You want that? You want that?" No, Tiger. Played the game. There wasn't an incident. Not a single incident. And guess who had room that game? Everybody on Tiger's team. Tiger had a ton of room. Nobody fooled with any of the guys on Tiger's team. So sometimes the best fight in the olden days, I don't know about now, sometimes the best scraps are the scraps that don't happen. So there you go. That's a good story of, okay, well, we can go if you want to be thoroughly embarrassed in front of everyone. Now, who knows? Maybe that guy would have beat Tiger up, but got in his mind, got in the old grill, and that's what it's all about. That's the best tough guys, man. It's a mental game too, right? So make them. Got in his kitchen. There you go, Dangle. You said it. Yeah. You can get in kitchens now, Dangle. Next time I play against you, buddy, you should get in my kitchen.
Oh, I'm a pest out there. I mean, I gotta be a glue guy, right? I'm not exactly a sniper out there, so I gotta get in some kitchens.
I'm a room guy. I'm good for a couple pops.
You're an unreal room guy. The NHL players want you in their room.
I said to Colby Armstrong, I said, "Midget C Skills Hall of Fame room, buddy." And he's like, "Oh yeah, bud, I'll roam all the way." So imagine Colby and I on a team. That'd be a sight.
Oh my God, hilarious! Yes, Colby. I love Colby. He's a golden retriever.
He is. He's a human puppy dog. He loves a good word for him because there's nothing wrong with that guy. He's just a kind person. Built a vicious backyard rink too.
Oh yeah,
down in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Did you see Yzerman's interview with Paul Bissonnette the other day?
I did.
That was great.
I did.
That was outstanding. Yeah.
Steve Y. He got a man who is essentially a cyborg to say interesting things.
Boy, did he get him to open up.
He did.
Yeah.
Room. Mental room.
Mental room. Yeah.
Entertainment room.
So it's settled down here, Dangle. I don't know what's going on here.
I was about to say, we got through that entire story and then some, and the Leafs have not done a thing.
Oh,
did they draw the game's first penalty?
That could get called? Yeah, it's going to get called. It's coming.
All right.
Okay, there's Mrazek.
I was like, what is Mrazek doing? Oh, right, penalty.
Boy. Power play's good, so you never know, Dangle. Is it number one in the NHL now, or is it still 2?
Oh, boy, it's definitely top 5.
The other night when I did highlights, it was number 2. That was Wednesday night. But I haven't checked the power play stats since.
Me neither.
Night off. I got to eliminate myself from work. Oh wait, here I am.
Yeah, I get that reaction a lot.
Now, are you allowed to drink beer doing this? Because I usually drink beer when I watch the games.
Oh yeah, crack one, dude. Crack one. I don't care.
No, I'm not drinking beer, but I do have my hockey day in Canada.
Hey.
That was from Yellowknife. That's the last time we were out and about for it because we have to do it local the last couple of years. Supposed to be in Owen Sound this year.
Those Yetis are unreal. You could leave a hot coffee in the middle of a blizzard and it'll be warm in a few hours.
Works your beer too the other way.
Hey.
Yeah. So Ivanka and I usually do the banquet at Hockey Day. Oh.
Why? Why? For what reason? For what reason, Ken?
Why we do the banquet or why that dangle just happened at the blue line?
Okay, for after the show with Emily, please clip that.
What would the correct play to be right there, Dangle? What would the correct play to be right there?
Not skating backwards. What is he doing? Chip it in, Ken.
Shoot it in, a.k.a.
Pucks in deep.
Get pucks in deep. Thank you. Took you a while, but you got to it.
Yeah, almost forgot. Shame on me. Here's Mitch. Of course he's going to score after that.
There you go.
Or set it up.
There you go.
Almost set it up.
So anyway, Ivanka and I usually do the banquet, but we got the whole week off. So and big love to Ivanka. She lost her mom Jeannie, who was a wonderful lady. Not to put a damper on the whole thing, but we love Jeannie last night. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Oh, they got good puck possession here, Dangle.
Yeah, at very least, Ken. as the Red Wings will break it out. And puck's in deep. Puck's in deep. Mrazek stops it before it gets to the corner. Very important. And was not important. Sorry, man. I hate when goalies play the puck. They're never helping.
Dude.
They're never
You
helping.
watch me on Central. Why do goalies do this, Ivanka? And you know what? Some of them are great at it. Some of them are really good. They help, but they all screw up at some point.
Oh, yeah.
What I hate is the one when they stop it when there's no need to.
Right.
Like, just get out of the way. If you want to make an effective play and help me, good. But like, watch this right here. Is he out there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. That's fine. But you know what you should be able to do? You should be able to run the living hell out of them. Smash them. That would keep them in the crease better than the trapezoid. But
should
we
be
can't
able
have
to-
that.
Able to run a guy like Aaron Dell. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that was like so bad. That to me it should have been way more than 3 games. That was greasy. There's no need for it, and he's got a history of doing it. Right?
He does. He has a history of doing it. But here's the thing. So the Sabres just put him on waivers. If he goes down to the American League, if he ever gets called up again, hey,
There you go.
Scored. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
That's
Hooray!
Oh, the Detroit's saying interference.
Hockey Day in Canada, Scarborough, Michael Bunting, Scarborough.
Tendy's got issues with it.
Let's go.
Tendy's got issues. Okay, here we go. Does he hit his stick? Hit the goalie's stick? Okay. Oh, he's saying high stick.
That's
No, that's
not
fine.
high. No
That's good.
way.
That's good.
Not a chance. Not a
That's
chance. Justin Hall puts it on.
That's good goal.
That's 100% a good goal.
Even through my non-blue and white eyes, Dangle, I can see that. Nedeljkovic looked old school on that old school stand-up, eh?
Yeah.
He looked like John Garrett in 1978.
Yeah, I know you like an old school forward and defenseman. The one thing you never want to be old school is a goalie. They've gotten better. I think we can agree they've gotten better.
They've gotten better. The equipment's, the pads aren't 20 pounds each after the 2 periods now, soaked with water. Yeah, goalies are a lot better, for sure. They, it's a thank Francois Allaire, man. He revolutionized and ruined the position at the same time because they don't make saves anymore. They just block shots, right? They used to make these spectacular Mike Palmateer, Grant Fuhr saves, but then logic said, go, just block it. Francois Allaire did that, so power to him.
So the Leafs now back within 1. Michael Bunting, his 10th of the season. Not a bad little contract. $900,000 for 2 years.
No, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. So
See, you gotta just. It sucks, but but with the way the game is now, when that contract's up, if he keeps playing like this, you gotta walk away from him.
it's a problem.
Right? You can't be like, oh, we'll sign you for $3 million per, and then you're like,
Yeah.
defeats the purpose.
Michael Bunting, as I think we're about to get a commercial break here. So story time. As I celebrate his goal and hooray, he scored for the Leafs. I had to get permission to cheer for him. So
Why?
here's the story. 2014, that was his draft year. I called a young OHL GM. What was his name? Kyle Dubas. And he was with the Sioux Greyhounds, and he let me talk to 2 of his players ahead of the draft because they were draft eligible. It was Jared McCann and Michael Bunting. And
You know what Jared McCann's middle name is?
No.
Yessie. It's the Finnish pronouncement of Jesse.
Really?
Yessie McCann. Yessie McCann. Get it? It's a joke.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a dad joke. I'm a dad.
Ooh, I mean, so am I, but I'm new, so maybe it just hasn't developed. It just hasn't developed. So, he has a great story, Michael Bunting. Like, he played AA and crushed it for the longest time. Couldn't decide if they could afford AAA. You know, it's ridiculously expensive, but he was clearly talented enough. Finally plays AAA. Dubas happens to be scouting one of his games. Sioux Greyhounds signed him to a contract. He plays with them. He does well enough that he ends up getting drafted, I think, 4th round, Arizona Coyotes. So write this article about him. Glowing. People loved it. But I got a snarky tweet from someone who didn't like it very much. And I looked very close at the snarky tweet, and it was from my aunt, which confused me. I was like, why didn't you like it very much? And I asked my cousin, who is the son of said aunt.
Most
and it turns
cousins
out,
are.
Yep. My cousin played AA against Michael Bunting, and Michael Bunting concussed him and made him have to stop hockey.
Wow.
Right. So
Wow.
I had that story for a long time. And then the rumors are the Leafs are going to sign him. And I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be
like a family conflict. Michael Bunting's responsible for family conflict.
Right. And like this cousin, I'm his sponsor. Like for confirmation, I was his sponsor.
Oh, I thought you meant he had drug and alcohol problems.
No. Sorry. For all of you non-Catholics out there, it's basically I have to remind him every now and then, hey, be good. That's basically my job as his sponsor. Oh, John Tavares through the paint. So when the Leafs finally sign him...
Oh, that wasn't a bad shot from there.
No, it wasn't. Leafs only a shot away. But the Leafs finally sign him. You're going to like this, Ken. Old school response. I go, hey, man, so I'm going to have to talk about this guy and, like, celebrate when he scores and stuff. How are you going to feel about that? And he's like, you know what, man? It was a long time ago. It's all good.
Was it a dirty hit he concussed your cousin with?
Supposedly, yes. And supposedly there's video, but they can't find it.
Wow. Well, you got...
I mean, they were 15.
It happens on the ice. Stays on the ice, man. It's long, just don't take it off the ice.
Yeah.
Leave it out there. So, does your cousin cheer for the Leafs?
Oh yeah, big Leafs fan, and actually,
what would he do on that Bunting goal? What would he have done?
Probably high-fived him and then punched him afterwards for taking him out of hockey. I have very good news for you, Ken.
Okay, but you've seen Major League then when Corbin Brunson punches Charlie Sheen in the face and then hugs him, so it would be the same thing.
I have seen that. I have extremely good news for you, Ken.
Okay.
And for the broadcast. Next commercial break, when we come out of it, we will have the picture of me with the Belleville Senators.
Outstanding.
I'm going to look through it. Just so because there's some faces.
Was there? I didn't look at it quickly. I just got the text.
Well, like there's current sends in here, man.
There you go. I like Drake Batherson, man. I felt it was so bad when Dell did that.
Yeah, missing the All-Star game too. And like, I hate to say it. Oh, here we go.
Here you go, Dangle.
Odd man rush. Skybro.
Oh.
Didn't work. Yeah, a little bit sloppy. At least I've had a couple odd man rushes that they've galaxy brained.
Galaxy brained? I've never heard that.
You've never heard that one? Oh yeah. Basically overthought it.
Spaced out.
Ooh. See?
Oh, there you go, Dangle. Matthew's throwing a hit.
There you go.
Let's see that one. Let's see that hit again.
When he's at his best, I mean, it's easy to focus on the goal scoring, but when he's at his best, he knows how big he is.
I was going to say, big boy.
6'3", or 6'2", 3, 215.
See, back in the day, they would have beefed him up to 240.
Oh, man. Yeah, they would. Yeah, giving him the Luke Shen treatment.
I'm still waiting for Eric Lindros to absolutely crush you one day at his hockey tournament. I still want to see that.
You weren't there for John LeClaire.
Well, John, he accidentally ran into you?
No, he ran into me very on purpose to give me a penalty shot.
Like Pronger with Bieber?
Yeah, but like he guarded me, and I was still like, Jesus! Like, he's a freight train, man. He's built like a Jeep.
I could not imagine playing against Eric, Johnny, and Renberg back in the day. I'm like, speaking of room, there literally was no room.
Yeah, right.
I can't get around you. You know?
Like 3 Michelin men.
Basically. Essentially. You know, see where that puck's at? It's in deep. They might get something out of this.
What do you think of this cider kid?
Drink up the cider. Get up off your chest. No, you know. Not too much, to be honest. What do you think, though?
Oh, I really like
when
him.
not too much, I mean, I don't think about him a lot.
Right now, I was reading he's number 1 for the Calder. He puts up a decent amount of points, but man, that guy's mean. He's mean. He's not afraid to hit you. He's not afraid to get in your kitchen.
Honestly, I haven't kept much of an eye on him. I'll keep more of an eye on him.
One of his first games, he got in Victor Hedman's face, and I was like, this guy's out of his mind. I like him.
Who's the kid on... what game was I watching today? There it is. On the Blues.
Penalty kill.
Oh, sorry, they got the break. Kid on the Blues. He's the same guy that roughed up Crosby a couple weeks ago. I saw him roughing up another star today, or a couple days ago. He got into Dubois, and I'm like, this kid's got to answer the friggin' bell. And Dubois giving him the old let's go, and Buddy Bear hugs him and takes him to the ice. I'm like, if you play that greasy once in a while, and I love that, but once in a while you got to answer the bell. So
You got to go. We got the picture. This is
Okay.
me with the Belleville Senators. If you guys are good with
there's
faces,
Paul right in the middle.
yeah. What is with this pose? I don't know why they brought me on the ice. I think Drake Batherson is one of them.
Okay.
But yeah, man, some of those guys are on the Sens, and they just invited me
Awesome.
down for basically no good reason.
Yeah.
The guy I was there to interview isn't even in this photo. Andrew Hammond isn't even in this photo.
Hammond's like, I'm not talking to him. The rest of the guys are like, that's Steve Dangle.
I don't
How
know.
long ago would that have been?
I'm trying to figure that out on HockeyDB right now. I think it would have been fall 2017. So we're looking at who was on that Belleville Senators team. Philip Chlapik, Nick Paul was on that team.
Okay.
Who else who's currently or played some games?
Goalie just got bumped in the Habs game. See, I got it all going on over here. Oh, Cassian bumped Montembeau. I love it. And nothing happens.
Oh, you know what? I think so. There's a guy in that photo who looks like Thomas Chabot, but I didn't know he played in the AHL. I think it might have been Thomas Chabot.
You're big time. Most great defensemen did play in the American League.
Yeah.
You
Alex
have to check.
Formanton.
Well, there's some talent out there.
There's some talent.
I'm out in the Belleville area during the summers, but in the winter, if I'm ever out there in the winter, I should check a game out. My buddy Dave McKenzie goes.
Sometimes that's allowed. That time it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
He liked to fight. He's one of the fighting McKenzie brothers.
That sounds scary and angry.
Oh yeah, well one of his brothers, one of the fighting McKenzies, knocked the guy out in the town league. And one guy said, "You dropped a bomb on him." He said, "I didn't drop a bomb on him, boys. I nuked him." So there you go.
Red Wings here on the power play. 5 minutes to go in the second period. A game that was getting away from the Leafs quickly. They've gotten back into it, but Red Wings
Shorty 2-on-1 here, Dangle. Here you go.
Leafs 2-on-1. Martin, shoot! Stop.
Play.
Puck heads up.
Whose shot I love is Spatz's. I love his shot. I love the way he holds the stick, curves it. I love everything about it.
Boy, you were talking about the Leafs power play. Leafs penalty kill ranked first since December 11th.
You just jinxed me bad.
Oh, shoot. No, the broadcast did. They put it up first.
Don't
You're so
blame Chris Cuthbert. Don't blame the broadcast.
I'll blame him.
Listen, if
He's
you're
nice.
watching this game with us, we can't hear the broadcast. You are the broadcast. You just jinxed it. See?
Sorry, when I was younger, I spent so much time talking crap about the media, I never stopped to think I'd have to be
See,
one.
told ya.
And Dylan
Dangle.
Larkin.
Told you.
No!
How do you do this?
With misery. Unending misery.
You literally just jinxed them.
The
Habs just scored at 6-2. Could be worse. You could be a Montreal fan this year.
It could be worse. It could be producer Drew and put $50 in that game because I told him to.
On Montreal?
I told him to bet on Montreal. I did not tell him to put $50.
This reminds me of Krusty the Clown, the time he bet on Apollo Creed. Or he bet against Rocky.
He bet. He also bet against the Washington. Or no, he bet on the Washington Generals. They were due.
They were due.
The Generals were due. Dylan Larkin.
Is that 2 for Larkin?
2 for Larkin. He's on Hattie Watch and he's at home.
Yeah, he's a good story though, right?
Dylan Larkin?
Kid, right? He's a Michigan kid.
Let me check. Let me check real quick. I know he's American.
Yeah.
Definitely would have been on the Olympic team.
Remember when it was so easy to identify American hockey players because you had a 1 in 3 chance? You're either from Massachusetts, Michigan, or Minnesota.
Right. Waterford, Michigan.
There you go. There you go. I know more about him than Sider, I guess. Because Sider, I don't know much about.
Mo Sider. He was off the board 6th overall pick, and he's actually turned out to be very good. Stevie Y, man. Stevie Y.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
And also, I just remembered I have cider in the fridge. So.
Drink it up.
Oh, so you asked about beer. My rule is, as soon as the third period is over, if it's heading to overtime, I run off camera.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we don't even go to slate. I'm just not here. I run to the fridge and I get a cider and a beer usually, and I come back.
Right. I drank all my beer the other night. Thursday night, I drank it all. I had nothing left in the house.
I mean,
What a sin.
at least you got to drink. Hey!
Great idea.
Just under 3 minutes to go here. Leafs now down 4-2 because of me.
Yeah, you jinxed them on the power play. And you blame the announcer, not realizing that on this feed, you're the announcer. Oh, little rough stuff in front. See, that's how to do it. Clear him out, man. Give him a little wood. This rubbing up against them.
A little bit of fiberglass.
That's right, fiberglass these days. You're right.
What do you call this move? So my buddy was a greasy defenseman,
Yeah.
like not even pro or junior or anything. He was just a greasy house league defenseman,
Yeah.
and he would go up and down your spine in front of the net.
Oh, he'd rake it. He rakes the spine. Yeah, that's a greasy one. So start bottom and down. Yeah, that's raking it. Yeah, that's old school. Yeah.
Okay, I call it the xylophone. Ring, ring.
Roger Whittaker? No, he was the xylophone guy. That's before your time. But yeah, like into the back and then.
Yeah.
Not just the shot. Yeah, that's bad. Here you go, Dangle.
Oh! Oh!
Stop.
The Leafs, for a team with some guys who can shoot, are just not selfish enough, eh? That's the third time they've overpassed it.
Yeah, he got the shot away there, didn't he? But
No,
yeah,
not Willie.
No, Willie made the right play pass.
You think? Nah,
Yeah.
I thought he should have shot that.
Yeah. Well,
It didn't go in, so I'm right.
Yeah, technically you are correct. Because we didn't see what you're talking about. Here, look at this trailer. Watch the trailer. There he is. There he is. Oh, that was a nice save.
That was a nice
save.
save.
From there.
Dude, Mrazek's, I tell you what, he's made some good ones. His percentage isn't going to look good.
He ain't stealing it for him, but he ain't losing it for him either. That's what I would say.
It's kind of the goalie he is.
Yeah.
You know, like,
He'll have his moments.
they talk about, the Leafs are a good enough team that they should be able to win the majority of their games with league average goaltending. And most of the in the regular season, yeah.
Well, put it this way: if every team had the same goaltending skill, the Leafs would, they'd win more than. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Who's your all-time favorite Leafs goalie? Ha ha ha, James.
Oh man.
Why did you love Reimer so much?
You know what, man? They didn't have a goalie forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
And he came in and was just this really happy-go-lucky guy, so pleasant. The team in front of him was so bad. Well, I mean, they were tough, but boy, were they bad. And that guy, he made 40 saves every night. Like, how don't you love that? And he was their first.
And yeah, I guess that's who to cheer for too, right? Because there wasn't a lot of,
Yeah, underdog every time he gets out there.
You Toronto folks, you Toronto fans, you love the underdog story, eh?
Love it.
You guys just love it. Like you guys love the working class hero.
And he was their first, the first Leafs goalie to be drafted and trained by the Leafs since my childhood idol, Felix Potvin. Oh my God!
Communication breakdown there, buddy.
To enhance the Red Wing lead.
Jake Muzzin should make $12 million. Holy crap.
Yeah, there's not a lot back there.
No, someone, the nickname for Muzzin, a buddy of mine, said was Jenga. Because, man,
hold it all together.
Yeah, Riley gets hurt. That's bad, but he could probably be adequately replaced by a Sandine.
Yeah.
There's no Muzzin replacement.
Hey man, you know what's funny is I always say the Leafs need a defense man, like a guy that plays tough and play. But there's not a lot of those around. Period. Like it's just that's kind of out of the game right now. The way it used to be the opposite. It used to be such few skilled defensive. Now they're not everywhere, but there's a lot of them.
They miss Bogosian.
Yes, they miss big and mean and guys who can rake down the back. Of course, they call that.
Yeah. Well, no, they called that in October. They already stopped calling it, Ken.
I love watching the rest of the exhibition season when they just crank all the new rules and you're like, what just happened? Oh, he went like that.
Oh,
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, they're gonna call that in the playoffs. Dangle.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh boy.
Here we go, Dangle.
There's slider. There's slider. Oh, I thought it was cider in there. That was Nemesnikov and Bunting?
On the high stick.
Yeah, Greco-Roman wrestling, I
Bunting, or
think.
if this is going to be
See.
4-on-4 to start the third.
Bunting and the
Come on,
Mestikov.
pop him one.
Bunting
See?
has
I can
worked
get you
with
into the nasty fan, Dangle.
Started
Oh,
with
buddy.
cider and
I can get there. Dude, like one of my favorite mornings on the school bus was the day after the Leafs lost, by the way, to the Philadelphia Flyers, but Felix Potvin beat up Ron Hextall.
Oh,
Bunting
yeah.
took one to the Chicklets there.
Chicklets, yeah, there you go, chops. Oh, that was incredible. Like, who would bet on Felix when they squared up?
No one.
No,
No.
no. That he could go though, man. Like the whole world was like, "What? No, this isn't going to be good." And then, boom.
Hextall skated 200 feet to get the brakes beaten off him. Ken Reed. So, I told you that we have to go immediately. That's not true.
That's fine. I'm not doing anything.
Great. Yeah, it's not Saturday night.
Yeah, trust me. Saturday nights I don't do much.
Right. No, you can do all sorts of things now. Go to a restaurant, go to the club. Yeah, for sure. Hoser asks for Ken, was there an interview for your books, because you are an author of many books, that made you starstruck?
Yeah, when Wayne Gretzky called, I was like, oh. So, I got a...
Here, for context, Ken, who is that?
Yeah, so I wanted Wayne for my second hockey card book, and, it's like, I had his number, but I could call anyone. I would call up any guy and just be like, hey, my name's Ken, I work at Sportsnet. I just couldn't call Wayne and be like, hey, Wayne, it's Ken, I work at Sportsnet. That was like my barrier. It'd be like you calling James Reimer. So it was like, I couldn't do it. So, and plus, it's Wayne. So I want to go through somewhat of the proper channels. So I went through the proper channels and got a call one day. And it was Wayne Gretzky. And I was delighted. And that was great. And then a couple of years later, I was doing the Eddie Shack book. And I was driving to work. And a number comes up. Hey, is this Ken? Yeah. Hey, Ken, it's Wayne Gretzky. What? So, and then I ended up doing an event with him. I was kind of his MC. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, so Mr. Wayne Gretzky for me, I was starstruck. The rest, ever since I got in the media, I kind of put my media hat on and I leave that aside. But yeah, that was the one that still got to me. Absolutely.
And I do want the story behind this.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. Speak of Felix Potvin. So there must be a big Leaf fan on my street, because I went out one day and a guy was taking stuff out and he's like he was literally just getting rid of that, and I said, Felix Potvin stick, amazing, signed autograph.
Ho-ho.
Yeah, got this from Felix Potvin, so I knew exactly who I was giving that to. So there you go, Dangle. That is my gift to you for your generosity and all you do for Easter seals and just for being Dangle. But my street's weird because my wife is walking up the street last spring and she called me. She goes, I found a Leafs autograph stick. Someone was cleaning their house out. You know when people, they just clean their house, they put a couch out there or whatever?
Right.
That happened with that stick. And my wife said, yeah, it's a Leafs signed stick. I'm like, what, in, facsimile stuff? So look, I just have it right here. So
by everyone.
Signed stick by the whole team. And being the uber nerd I am, I had to figure out what year it was. So I looked at the signatures and figured out that it was the 1993-94 Leafs.
Oh!
But so there you go. But that Felix is beautiful, and it's silver too. Silver looks so good signed on the dark. So yeah. So when did I bring that? When we did the Eddie Shack podcast?
That's right. When we had Eddie Shack on the Steve Dangle podcast. That was what a time.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Dolly.
No stories from him.
No. Always very quiet, Eddie. Oh my God.
Reminds me of myself. Yeah, Eddie was a beautiful guy, man. He was something else. So yeah. So I love that Felix stick, and I still have an autographed Upper Deck Felix card that I swear every time I see I'm going to bring it, and I never remember. I pulled it out of a pack once. I'm like, Dangle. So there you go.
Man, there was some Felix Potvin equipment up for sale. I think it was for charity.
Yeah.
We're talking a glove and blocker.
Oh, he had sweet glove and blocker.
I came very close to putting myself in financial peril.
Really?
I really wanted it. I wanted it bad.
That would not have been cheap at all.
No.
Game used, right? So
game used. And I did one of the worst card trades I ever made was because of Felix Potvin. It was I wanted a card of his. It wasn't even Leafs. It was Vancouver Canucks Felix Potvin.
Okay.
There was a piece of game used stick in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I traded it for a rookie card that I had. And unfortunately, that rookie became a Leaf. About a couple months after I made this trade, it was Phil Kessel.
You traded a Kessel rookie card for the Felix?
I really like Felix Potvin, Ken.
Yeah, you did, but you know what? Collect what you want, man.
Yeah.
That's people. Some people say, "What do I collect?" I'm like, I don't know what pushes your buttons. Like, why did I pick this up one day? Because it reminded me of when I was a kid, man. Just an old road hockey mask.
How about that?
What's that?
The Potvin mask. So, 1 year, a donor for Easter Seals.
Yeah.
Donated $13,000 to Easter Seals and sent me this signed Felix Potvin mask.
People are amazing. You know, we hear all the time about people this, people that. People are amazing. Just go talk to, and if you have a problem with somebody, just go talk to them. They're probably reasonable. They probably like some of the same things you like. But people go out of their way to do nice things, and that's what makes the world go around. That's what makes you get up and want to help and do stuff and just be a good dude, you know? And when you have something, I think, and you know it means more to someone else, if you want to sell it to them, fine, but don't gouge them for it, you know? Right. So we're just give it to them if you can, but you know, whatever.
I was happy like a child the day that arrived in the mail, and I think that's a rather good note to end on. Ken Reid, Sportsnet, author of how many? 14 books now?
6.
6, close enough.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back. Buddy. As the Leafs try to crawl out of a 4-2 deficit in the third period. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. That's Ken Reid. And we'll be right back.
For Tage Thompson. Leaves it for Skinner. Skinner dances around Hayes, goes right to the net. What a stop by Lundqvist!
And Lundqvist just makes an unbelievable pad save.
Petrangelo toward the net, deflected, blocked, rebound, off the post. It might have been a save by Lundqvist.
Just when you think, how's he going to make this save? Look at this stick. Oh my gosh, what a save.
Shea, check by Broly. Feeds it back to Brody. TJ Brody. Here's a chance. Great save by Lundqvist. What a stop off Backlund. That was something else as the Flames looked like they had a sure lead. And he chopped at the puck, couldn't get it out. Shot by Bergeron, blocked in front by Callahan. Oh, the save! Lundqvist from Savard. A fantastic save by Henrik Lundqvist.
But Marchessault is checked by Zuccarello. Giveaway. Carlson shoots. Save. Rebound. Save. What a save by Lundqvist. Unbelievable. Oh, that net was wide open. And he robbed Carlson a second time.
Salvador able to clear it away. 8:40 to go in the third. Takeaway. Clarkson. Save Lundqvist. Clarkson again. Save Lundqvist. He made an unbelievable save. Clarkson had a wide open net on the wraparound, and Lundqvist dove across.
Johansson wins the draw from Dominic Moore. Now Murray through center. Oh, that took some strange bounce off the board. What a stop by Henrik Lundqvist!
You have got to be kidding me. That's a wide open net. What an unbelievable save. How do you do that?
Gains the line. Fires it off of Klein's legs. Talbot right in front for Ferraro. Ronaldo fires wide. Talbot, what a save by Lundqvist! Sprawling across the goal line to get a piece of the puck, knock it up in the air and keep it from being a Boston lead.
Settled down there, but they cannot work their way through. It's Vanek with it though. Back
chance to win in front. Oh, and what a play! And what a twist! And now, my goodness!
It's Girardi and McDonough. Chara. Toward the net. Deflection. What a save! Save by Lundqvist! He kept it out of the net with a brilliant save!
When it looked like a wide open net, there it is. I mean, it was just spectacular. I mean, the people here are buzzing in Boston after that save.
Well, it's been an eventful game. Ken Reed, by the way. Funny man. Very funny man. Leafs. Blown a lot of leads lately. We managed to win a lot of games. Now have an opportunity to erase a deficit. A 4-2 deficit to be specific. Red Wings go up 3-1 in quick fashion to start the second. Leafs get one back. Michael Bunting, Scarborough. Red Wings get a power play goal. So it's 4-2. Dylan Larkin, hat-trick watch. Just throwing it out there. Another thing I'm going to throw out there. After the stream, we have another stream. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle after show, hosted by Emily Agard after the game, but it will not be here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. It will be on Instagram on the Sportsnet Instagram page at Sportsnet. Very easy. It's the verified Sportsnet account with 1 million followers. You can't miss it. We'll be there for about 20 minutes after the game, talking about all sorts of things. Big Leaf comeback. You know, you got to manifest it, everybody. You got to be positive. I like the note that Ken ended on, by the way. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. The Felix Potvin mask. God, I love it. I really do love it. I love that thing. I love Felix Potvin. Can you tell? I got like a mini corner shrine dedicated to him. Also, this is really sad. If you look just above the mask, there's a tiny photo of myself as a tiny child pointing very high up on the Stanley Cup. Why am I pointing high up? Because I'm pointing at the last time the Leafs won the Cup. I am now no longer a tiny child. I am a grown adult man in his 30s. And in a few years, the Leafs will be wiped off the Cup entirely. So, be pretty cool if they won. They don't have to win. They could lose, but be a lot cooler if they won. You know? You know? By the way, for everyone freaking out, and I mean, the Leafs have had some nasty tendencies rear their ugly heads tonight. We're less than halfway through the season. It doesn't feel that way at all. It's January 29th. It will very soon be February. The Leafs are still less than halfway through their games this season. Their next game will be the halfway mark. That is January 31st against the New Jersey Devils. Leafs at home. hopefully one of the last games they have to play at home in front of nobody or 500 fans, whatever it is. Not fun. It's just not as fun. In the chat, let me know, who are the Leafs heroes going to be in the third period? Do we have Matthews? He's been sniffing a lot. Do we have Wayne Simmons? We already got Michael Bunting on the Scarborough side. Jason Spezza. Be nice to get him one. Pierre Engvall hat trick. No one is an acceptable answer. It's not a great one, but we'll take it. Please let me know. Let us know. Sincerest apologies to producer Drew. Before tonight's Habs Oilers game, I said I had a hunch that the Habs were actually going to win tonight. You should bet on them. And Drew said, okay, I will. And he put $50 on the Habs. I did not tell him to do that. I thought he was going to sprinkle 5 on that. I didn't think he was going to multiply it by 10. Sam Montembeault pulled. Caden Primo will start the third. I have no Oilers in my pool, and I'm very sad about it. Something else I'm very sad about, not picking up Dylan Larkin, but I do have Mo Seider, 2 assists tonight. How's everyone's fantasy team? Nedeljkovic getting me some points. I was really hoping he would not. But what are you going to do? By the way, click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. For goodness sake, we're here every Saturday. Except not next Saturday. And the reason we're not here next Saturday is there's no Leafs game. Next Saturday is the Sometimes I freeze. Hi. Whoa. Whoa. So, we're getting ready for the third period here. And Leafs are down 2. Usually during these streams, they're up. Will they win? We don't know. We've had a carnival of games. I can't remember them all, so let's look back. Okay, so last Saturday, they took on the New York Islanders. That was actually a relatively peaceful game. Leafs win 3-1. Good win. Before that, 6-5, the Leafs beat the Blues. Leafs have a 3-1 lead early. Blow it! Come back, win anyway. Saturday previous, Colorado Avalanche, Leafs up 4-1. Blow it. Lose in overtime. Saturday before that, Leafs mopped the Senators 6-0. That was fun. And the Saturday before that, Leafs 4-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. Blow it, but find a way to win. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Ever, ever, ever. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. A lot of these games decided by 1 goal. Minnesota on December 4th, 1 goal. They got shut out 2-0 by the Pens. That sucked. I'm not going to lie, that sucked. There was that ridiculous game against the Sabres where they won in the final few seconds 5-4. Never miss watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle is what I'm trying to say. I don't need to list every game that they've played this season. Speaking of games that they've played this season, this one. There were penalties at the end of the third there. Travis Dermott off for the Leafs and Vlad Nemestikov. off for the Detroit Red Wings. So we start 4-on-4. Things are open. You'd think that... Whoa! You'd think that benefits the Leafs. But you never know. The Red Wings like to play with speed as well. No slouches.
It'll come back to the other outstanding Red Wing rookie.
Mo Sider, have yourself a game, Mr. Calder favorite.
And now brought back out to center, and
Red Wings playing like it's 3-on-3 overtime here.
buy some time for a change.
Marner's got to watch that stick.
A pair on the night, and
Larkin looking for the Hattie.
early in the third.
You see him with the puck. He's not passing.
Across, that shot whipped wide of the net. Osterley at the line.
Boy, the Leafs really getting their show ran tonight. Not looking good at all. They've had their moments.
4-on-4 open ice.
Not a ton.
Favor, at least to start here, the Red Wings. Larkin's been all over the puck. And here, just a little turn back, backs the D right off the line, and why not shoot? I mean, this has been one of those games of strange things happening towards the net. Another from the side.
Boy, a lot of puck watching, a lot of puck following
so he's able to come out aggressively
on this Leafs team. Now, it needs to be said, they haven't been able to get their feet under them. They're playing like twice a week, right? And when they are playing, half those games aren't in front of fans. It's not great. They have 2 games after this against the New Jersey Devils. Then there's a 6-day break because of the All-Star game. A few of the Leafs are going to get to go to the All-Star game, have some fun. Then February 7th, when they return, they're going to be rusty. Everyone's going to be rusty. Even playing field. No excuses. Pedal to the metal, they're going to be playing so many games. If part of the reason the Leafs aren't playing well is because they're rusty, they can't quite get their feet underneath them, that excuse goes away in February. February is where they build. Still 4-on-4, by the way. Matthews and Marner playing almost all of it for the Leafs. Oh, interesting! Oh, Marner not able to get the shot off. Does he draw the trip? He does not. Oh, almost tripping himself.
Got back into it and gave up 4 in the third. Pass here,
good interception from Engvall. The 4-on-4 is over, by the way. Engvall tripping there. Not a tripping call. He fell.
The team back at full strength, and the fourth line goes to work for the Leafs.
Leafs with their fourth line out there. Spezza. They do have a goal tonight.
And the Red Wings,
one of the 2 lines that have scored.
Down, and that's going to be icing
as they get an icing call.
Well, Mitch Marner, we mentioned a 4-game goal scoring streak. Gets in hard on the forecheck. It's basically, for a while, 1 against 3 and tried to kick it out. And then now the
Producer Drew just sent me a text. I can't tell if this is your username or if this is just his theory. Spicy conspiracy. Do the Leafs play like garbage when it's not Campbell in net? Man, I tell you what. Oh boy. Here come the Red Wings. Speaking of playing like garbage, just getting walked. This is Mrazek's 6th game. And I would say the Leafs have played like crap in front of them in 5 of them. Oh no! That was pretty close to a dang it. Not quite.
This has not been a night Mrazek will be feeling all that good about. He struggled around his
17 minutes to go in this game. They're only down 2. Problem is, like, even though, yeah, of course they could win. Of course. They could come back, tie it, force overtime, whatever. But they haven't exactly tonight that we should be expecting that. It's something we can hope for. Not looking good, man. Not looking good at all.
Camp plays it ahead, and here goes Mikheyev over the line. Looks across. There's Dermott.
Ilya Mikheyev, by the way, we were worried about him. Oh, bad bounce. We were worried about him because he took a puck to the wrist earlier tonight, but he's in it. Gives the puck away, though.
That didn't hit Sider's
Leafs
stick.
able to
That
hold
was
on to
a
it,
tap in.
stay onside.
Opportunity, but Sider able to get his foot on it.
Whoa, okay. I don't like this. Mike Hines, what does Wayne even do on the Leafs if he won't hit or fight anymore? Well, let me ask you this, Mike. Who's fighting Wayne Simmons?
Now it's Matthews.
How many fights has Wayne Simmons gotten into as a Leaf? It's not very many.
Oh, Robbie Fabry showing some good confidence here. How about this inside-outside? Just chips the puck to an area, tries to get this one high on the blocker side, but here's the play as it's sliding across here. Watch Sider at the last second. This might have been just a tap in there as the left-hander Mccann trying to reach for that, but the young defenseman, man, does he play some big minutes for a young player and having an amazing first year in the National Hockey League is Moritz Sider.
Well, they've got Lucas Raymond, who's the leading scorer among rookies, but during the intermission, there was an interview played in Detroit, and
all right, we're back.
analysis was clearly
Sorry, to answer your question. So the reason Simmons isn't fighting is, well, who the hell's fighting Wayne Simmons? It's like what Ken Reed was talking about. You know, very often the toughest guys don't got to fight because no one wants to open that door. How many fights has Ryan Reeves been in this season, or Zdeno Chara? Reeves fought one guy in the preseason. I don't think he's fought since. Chara fought someone recently. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Three legendary goalkeepers.
Well, you look at the critical positions.
Red Wings have not had a Rookie of the Year winner since 1965. I find that hard to believe. And the first three were goalies. They've never had a skater win Rookie of the Year. Anyway, sorry. So I do think Simmons hits, but there was a solid chunk of the season, most of the season really, where the fourth line had a very defined identity and they were effective every night, and they just haven't been lately. I feel like a lot of that is Spezza, just like he's so important and was playing so well. They do have a goal tonight. Let's be honest, it was kind of lucky. It took like 4 bounces on its way into the net. The fourth line needs to be a problem for the other team instead of just there. Now, they had a pretty consistent fourth line for a long time, and then they stopped going to it. I tell you what, I thought Nick Ritchie was playing great on the fourth line. I know it's not the best use of $2.5 million. Here's Mo Sider creating some room. I know it's not the best use of $2.5 million, but when does he get back in there? I know it's a tough ask, taking Engvall out of the lineup if he's playing well. But that fourth line was probably at its best when it was what? Spezza, Simmons, Ritchie? I thought.
Stahl with a shot off target. Engvall's got it.
Still over 14 minutes to go here in the third. Leafs catching up in terms of shots, but boy, they really got to get close. Here's the fourth one. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Simmons is going to score right here. It's Scarborough night. Scarborough night, gosh darn it. Hold it. They hold it. They lose it. All right, well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Justin Hall somehow does not take a penalty. And the Leafs somehow do not get scored on. Suppose there's still time. And somehow how don't they take a penalty? That was surprising. John Tavares, the little thing king, rushing in, doing it all by himself. Still not knocked off the puck and allows the Leafs to get in a line change in possession. Does he hold the line? Yeah, no. Well, I like the thought. By the way, click subscribe if you haven't already. Gosh darn it.
Here's Nylander.
For every new subscriber, my boss sends me 1 lollipop. Whoa! Oh, William Nylander just wide. Kerfoot floats it on, no one home. Leafs did such a good job in front of other teams' nets. And tonight, hasn't really been there, as we had an icing call. Paul, what do you think of these new lines? Do you think they need another top 4 D-man? Yeah, it's D-man, D-man, D-man. I don't care what the makeup of the lines are. I don't really think they needed changing, to be honest. Mccann. Oh, we're going to break. Sorry, we'll talk about this after. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. We'll be right back. Hi. Hi, everybody. So, where was I? Paul asked, what do you think of these new lines? Do you think they need another top 4 D-man? At least one. Listen, if Muzzin is not A, in the lineup, and B, healthy, there's no shot. Like, that's the long and short of it. I know the Leafs cannot win April, May, and June games in January. Is that negative? Am I being pessimistic saying the Leafs' best defensive defenseman and toughest defenseman, they need him to win? Like, I don't think that's wild. They need to get him a partner. Liljegren has proven he can hang in the show. I don't think he can hang in the top 4 yet. Oh, here's a chance.
Get it to Mccann.
Paul has taken a considerable step back this year. They get another top 4 D-man. I don't care what the line combinations are. And by the way, the line combinations over the last 2 games against the Red Wings and Ducks have gotten pumped. I don't know what they're being outscored, but it ain't good.
Bouncing puck and Zadina unable to clear.
I think it's 6-2
with Mccann in front
over the last 2 games at even strength. Not great, Bob.
Dropping it off for Brody.
I don't mind the... Oh, boy, 2-on-1. 2-on-1, and Larkin looking for a hat trick. That's not Larkin, it's another guy. I saw his name started with a 7. Number started with a 7. It's the 3rd period. Fatigue setting in for the players and the wretched media.
Excellent job of Brody getting back as
it's me. I'm wretched media.
And not taking a penalty.
Now Stahl. Glove down at the line. It did come out.
Leafs go offside. Reminder, by the way, once this stream is done, it's not really done. We'll be done here on the YouTube channel, but we will be on the Sportsnet Instagram page. Oh boy. We'll be on the Sportsnet Instagram account doing an after show. It's me and Emily Agard about 5 minutes after the game. We're hoping.
Just 3 even strength goals this season.
And we'll go for about 20 minutes talking about the game that was. But right now, for the next 8 minutes, 45 seconds, it's the game that is. Leafs down 4-2 to the Detroit Red Wings. They have time to work, but they are quickly running out of it. But they hold the line there. Matthews now with Marner, speaking of the lines. Sheldon Keefe with the blender out again. Matthews, Marner, Bunting. It should perhaps speak volumes that the Leafs need a couple goals, and they are going back to what they know works. It wasn't broken. Don't know what the need was to try to fix it. Matthews puts it on, and it's in! Who got that one? Bunting again? Scarborough! Love it! His second of the game. Dylan Larkin, who? Never heard of him. Michael Bunting. Hat-trick watch. Matthews puts it on. A deflection from Bunting. Oh my goodness! He bats it out of the air to himself. Look at this, look at this. It's along the ice. How does he follow that, you wizard?
On the side, he had some help there with Rasmussen.
It's going along the ice, basically. It's tipped up. I don't know if it was by Bunting or Sider's stick. He tracks it with his eyes like the Terminator and swats it in. And now with over 10.5 minutes to go, the Leafs only down by 1. And if you've been here before, you'll know that in overtime I get beer. And folks, beers might be had.
He scored last year in Arizona.
Leafs fourth line in the ice. Trying to get that energy going. Sheldon Keefe is going to go back to that line again and again and again, I got to imagine. I wonder if he puts Tavares back with Nylander and Kerfoot as well. Giddy up there, Travis. Giddy up as Mrazek comes out to help him. Hey, that was helpful. If you're a goaltender, you don't have to always tend the goal.
A little bit of a spark. These next couple of shifts important to keep the momentum going your way.
It was 5-4 when the teams met in October. A busy third period in that game, and the Leafs trying to duplicate the feat here tonight.
As Mrazek freezes it. I believe we're going to break here.
9.5 minutes remaining in the third period.
Very brief break in the action. The Leafs back within 1. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that we will be right back with a 1-goal game. Leafs back within 1. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Who's excited? Hey, I asked who the Leafs heroes were going to be. Who said Bunting? There's one. A Hattie would be nice. Does he have any career Hatties? I'd be into it. I got a text that said that's a hat pick. Producer Drew asked me, is that a hat pick? I think it was. That was low-key sick. That was really cool. Like the fact that he tracked that thing.
18 points in the last 21 games.
That was a really nice goal. Not just that he tracked it, but that he hit it.
Who has an assist on that goal.
I'd have to have another look. I don't know if it was his stick or Sider's. I think it was Sider's, to be honest.
Ahead of Phil Kessel.
It's unreal he tracked that thing. Tavares puts it in. Tavares and Nylander working down low, trying to find that puck. Oh, just over 9 minutes to go. Leafs just about evened up the shots here. Kerfoot with the hold. And Brody is about to put it on, and he does. And it doesn't quite get through traffic. But again, the Leafs working. And what did I tell you, by the way? I was right. Keefe going back to the old look second line, and why not? It works. I understand wanting to see if spreading out the scoring works. And I like Kasha, I really do. It's a shame he has sort of been in and out of the lineup with injury. But Kasha with Kampf, that's a problem. Kasha, Kampf, Engvall? Dude, it's a good line. Oh! Oh! Bunting! Had the hat trick on his stick, come on! Oh, clip that for the Instagram after show. Because if the Leafs don't win this game, oh, it was right there. If they don't force overtime, it was right there. And there it is! There it is! Never mind! Save the whole thing! The Leafs tie it up!
It's just about winning a battle for a loose puck.
And it was the Scarborough kid, Hockey Day in Canada, where Scarborough is the talk of the town. Michael Bunting, Birchmount Collegiate, gets the hat trick and ties this game at 4.
Get back to the front of the net, and how about that?
Playoff-style celebration, playoff-style goal, second career hat trick to answer your question.
The other team against the Los Angeles Kings, and now the Red Wings have called a timeout.
Shots 31-31. Score 4-4. Jeff Blashill.
As he's seen his team just standing back.
Cheesed, to say the least. Here's a look at the night Michael Bunting had. A tip. A tip and a Terminator. Like, what is this? What is this? Who are you? You cyborg. 10 shot attempts, 7 shots on goal. Oh, the Red Wings. Charmin soft in front of the net on that one.
So the game tied at 4, just under 8 minutes to go.
You know, we talk about the Leafs' problems in front of their own net like they're the only team in the world. Oh, no. Oh, Dermott gets walked. And Mrazek saves his bacon. Oh, Dermott, buddy. Can we stop with what do you think of the line combinations versus what should they get at the deadline? Defensemen, man! They're going to be going up against the Panthers, Lightning, or Bruins, or Hurricanes, or monsters! Actual horror movie monsters. D, they need D. They can score. They were losing 4-2. It's tied 4-4. They can score. D, they need D.
Sider gives it back to Jordan Osterley.
Red Wings looking to go back up.
Michael Bunting's in Arizona. They had a little conversation in the pregame warm-up, and that shot easily flagged down by Mrazek.
You get a timeout, and you get
oh boy, what a game, what a game, what a game.
You know, for goaltender, you got to have a short
hockey's pretty fun, eh? Lucas Raymond.
Now your team's been able to tie it, so all that matters now, can you
Dermott's not even the best 23 in this game.
Does an excellent job of putting this to an area to get around.
Does what's Colby Armstrong's favorite term? We got panic crossovers.
Get the stick there and close it and make a really important save to keep this game tied.
Matthews won the draw.
Man, oh man, oh man. And Bunting getting right back to work with the big line. Again, I don't have a problem with Sheldon Keefe experimenting with other lines. Not necessary.
Bertuzzi turns back. Saw Bertuzzi go to the room earlier in this third period. Not sure if that was equipment or something else, but back now as Bunting tries to get loose.
Here comes Bunting again.
Down that left wing, drops it off. Marner had it knocked off his stick momentarily by Wearick. Now Hall activates.
Oh, interesting play here. Leafs going for a line change, but they got to support Hall, who did a good job keeping the puck deep, and it might pay off here. Oh!
A lot of energy here in the third.
You know, where? There's no team in the league like this. Where were you? Where were you?
Sandin settles it.
It's not even just the puck going in. It's the decision making. It's everything. Here comes Engvall again. Get him a hat trick. Why not?
Hockey Day in Canada is Engvall tests
Oh, boy.
Alex Nedeljkovic. What a night for the Scarborough native.
Nedeljkovic.
Leaf hat trick.
My pool weeps because I got him. You know, if the Leafs win in a shootout, it doesn't count as a goal against for him. That'd be cool. Hey, what'd I tell you? Why would you ever miss one of these? Why? Don't be ridiculous. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. And I mean it. Click like. After that, click subscribe. Click subscribe first. Because you don't want to miss these. You don't want to miss hat picks. You don't want to miss dangits. You don't want to miss trade trees. You don't want to miss Wyoming and Michigan. And then we're going to take back the White House. Yeah! It's an older reference, kids, but you see, there was once a man who yelled. Anyway, subscribe, gosh darn it. What a carnival of a game. It's always a carnival of a game. On Saturday nights, watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, for goodness sake. And it gets to be double the carnival, because after this game, we'll be on the Sportsnet Instagram page, the Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle after show, hosted by Emily Agard, who can play the drums. The more you know. Can you play the drums? My dad can play the drums. It's true. He's turning 65. He's in a metal band. Atomic Tomb. You think I'm making that up? I'm not. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I, believe it or not, for as loud as I am, we had the reverse father-son dynamic where I was always telling him to keep it down. We were always telling each other to keep it down. If he was ever home early, I could hear it from 5 houses down walking up the street from the school bus. You know how loud drums are? Oh, okay, the game's back. That's cool. Uh-oh, William Nylander. Oh! Gives the puck away, and it was almost a breakaway. Mrazek, by the way, with a 5-2-1 record lifetime against the Hurricanes, the Red Wings. He was with the Hurricanes. Nylander stripping Larkin of a potential hat trick opportunity. Nylander and Joe Velino angry.
Hope that you can make a save now. You got to shut the door and hope that they can get back.
5.5 to go here in the third. Leafs are 14-0-1 this season when scoring.
I mean,
at least 4, and they've scored 3 or more.
Again, I don't really have a problem. I don't know if that was helpful. I don't really have a problem with Keefe experimenting with the lines, but I think he's getting some answers tonight. As the puck is deflected out. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third.
Hasn't really even seen those 2 goals. The one out of midair, Bunting, he was still.
The lines are fine. They're fine. They got extras. Joey Anderson can play. Nick Ritchie can play. Kyle Clifford can play. Nick Robertson has barely played this season. Everyone's forgotten about him. It's because he broke his leg. But he'll be back and he'll be good. Because he's Nick Robertson. They got other guys. The problem is not up front.
Love the gates opening up a little bit. Get the excitement. Get some goals.
Very seldomly this season have we been like, gosh, the Leafs just don't score. It's not often. Matthews! Oh! That happened in the blink of an eye. Leafs sniffing. I keep talking about overtime. I don't know if we'll get there. This game's got a playoff feel real quick. After having a barely preseason feel for a while. Oh! Ooh! Oh boy! Red Wings reeling here. Oh, I thought Brody had room for a shot. Luckily, he gets back with coverage. Marner's going to have to get back too. The Red Wings reeling.
Back into the Leaf zone. The shots now.
Remember I said they're young and they play young. I mean that as a criticism and a compliment.
Played here for Stahl.
The Leafs do too.
Stahl from a
Let's be
sharp
honest.
angle.
Mrazek with a stop, cheeky angle there. 3:55 to go.
And now a long
Oh!
range shot hit a
It's been hard to get to your questions because, as usual for Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, it's difficult to keep the goals under double digits. As the fourth line gets a late shift here. Oh, Engvall centering for Spezza, who almost chips it in past Nedeljkovic. He makes the save, but gets a little bit of snow for his trouble, and the Leafs will get an offensive zone draw. Here's a look at that last shift. Oh, Matthews stopped by Nedeljkovic. Tyler Bertuzzi, I was wondering why he was scrambling so hard on that last shift. Blocked a shot and was in some pain.
But a nice job, Nedeljkovic, trying to close that gap, Chris. He knew that it's a tip-type play, and he tried to telescope.
He's on the bench.
to it, and he was able to.
Looks like it just stung. Got some Leaf fans in the front row. Always are.
Getting a response from their players with Tavares.
Except when they're in Toronto. Right now, it's because no one's allowed in the building, but it's usually because they're getting sushi in the Platinum Lounge. Suits, you know what I mean? By the way, I love sushi. I do. Really love it. Who gets it at a hockey game? My uncle took me to a game once, and he got sushi and a coffee.
And it's sent back into the Detroit zone.
What?
And now off Kerfoot.
Oh! Opportunity! Leafs! They bury it! They bury it! Rasmus Sandin! You see? Erasing deficits is fun! And with 2:51 to go, the Toronto Maple Leafs take the 5-4 lead. Here's the stat. Leafs with numbers ending in 8 have 4 goals tonight. You're welcome. Rasmus Sandin, the wide open cage. Nylander flipping it around. Kerfoot. He'll tell you he did it on purpose. Tavares dives to get it to Sandin and in. Let's go indeed, young man. As the little thing king works just hard enough to get the puck to the youngster, and the Leafs, reeling all night long, have turned on the Jets here in the third. 3 unanswered goals, and they now have the lead with less than 3 minutes to go. And Peter Mrazek has to hold the fort against his old team. As Matthews took an awkward spill there, I didn't see quite what happened. It was a little bit behind the play. Red Wings get it in deep, and I don't think Nedeljkovic is going to be in that net for long. Oh, no! What happened there? Looked like one of the Leafs defensemen tripped over his own feet and yard sailed into the corner. Was that Brody? As the Leafs shutdown line, which has not seen a lot of ice in this third, is now tasked with winning the game. Leafs can't clear it. Red Wings put it on. What happened there? This is chaos. This is anarchy. Was that the goal light that just went off? I think it hit the crossbar. The guy behind the net saying it was in. I think he's a liar.
I think we're getting confirmation that Detroit.
I hope he's a liar.
Did he call a penalty?
Well, let's find
We're about to find out.
The goaltender was out, all kinds of pressure. Oh, wow, after that.
Oh, we got a penalty for hooking. Robbie Fabry. Sorry, remember, I can't hear the broadcast. I thought we were about to get it announced that was a goal. Oh, right off the crossbar. It hits Brody. Hits a crossbar. Hall does a great job of not batting it into his own net. Mrazek has no idea where that thing is. I don't know why I was holding on to my headphones right there other than just stress. There's now less than 2 minutes to go in the game. The Red Wings are on the penalty kill. So the Leafs have one job here, as Justin Hall gets hooked by Robbie Fabry.
If that was the call, you could see the reaction. Bunting earlier on trying to make a play.
Oh, it was Bunting.
Himself.
Oh, dear.
Not much has gone
Oh, dear.
Bunting there, but that one hurt his knees as he went.
Yeah, hopefully just an awkward fall.
He's been the hero of the game with 3 goals.
Equipment malfunction? Not sure what happened there. Very strange. Well, the Leafs have one job. It's win this bloody face-off and hold on to the thing. I was about to say, is David Kampf going to get a look on the power play here? I think we're going to get, what is this, Marner, Kampf, Kasha. And I think they'd probably be wise to go with 2 defensemen. Not quite sure what they're talking about on the Red Wings bench in the little wrist mic. No, okay, we got Matthews, Marner. Kerfoot I saw.
Goal comes 2 years and 2 days after his first NHL goal against the
As the Leafs win the faceoff. Marner holding on to it. We got Riley on the ice as well. Red Wings trying to break it out. And they will. They get it in deep. And Nedeljkovic is going to fly to the bench, you would think. Red Wings doing a great job holding on to it. Kerfoot. Good patience there. Can't clear it, though. That could prove costly. Matthews getting it. Great move. Oh, boy. Just get it out there, fellas. As they do. Be careful. Mitch, empty net. Don't miss that one. And he doesn't! Who doesn't love hockey? Mitch Marner, by the way, 5-game goal streak. Thank you very much. As the Toronto Maple Leafs score 4 unanswered goals in the third period. Right through the legs of Pius Suter. Pew, pew, pew.
100 games between power play.
Emily Agard, I know you're listening. We got a live after show coming up just a few minutes after the game on the Sportsnet Instagram page. We will be live, me and Emily Agard, to talk about this game. And Emily, if you're listening, I tell you what, it's our first one and we made it a good one. Still a minute 14 to go. I'm just going to throw that out there. As Andre Kasha gets it in deep.
Front of the net and then a tap-in hat trick that's really been the difference in this game.
Oh, my aching fantasy pool. Like I've mentioned several times tonight that I do have Nedeljkovic.
Final minute, third period.
I'll lose in fantasy to win in real life. That's cool. I know I'm not on the Leafs. Shut up. I cheer for them. That's good enough. 45 seconds to go. Leafs up 2. Justin Hall. What a key figure in this comeback.
Feeds the point, Letty. A one-timer across.
Mrazek with the stop.
Stopped by Mrazek.
Got to make another one. The Leafs, can they clear it? Kasha getting it in deep. Getting it in real deep and deep enough.
And turns it back empty.
Oh!
Stop, rebound.
Oh! Wow! You know what? Hat pick. Tyler Bertuzzi, double pad stack, blocks the shot twice, and Tavares lobs it over him. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad.
Couldn't ask for a better effort, even it's a 2-goal game, not a 1. But
Tavares is mean. That's so mean. Huge block. Huge block.
And then watch Tavares here.
After blocking another one earlier in this period, Tyler Bertuzzi with 3 huge shot blocks in the third period, trying to preserve the lead and the win, and he can't do it. I understand why he's frustrated. Buddy, you're not even wrong.
So John Tavares, a goal and an assist here in the third period. And the Leafs storm back with their second comeback.
Leafs down 4-2 to begin the third period, win 7-4. First player in history to score a hat trick on the same day as hometown featured on Hockey Day.
In the end, they kept
what a stat. Scarborough Kid. Scarborough Kid. Michael Bunting as Scarborough Kid Steve Dangle calls the game.
tied it up, and that leaves
And I
a
helped.
frustrated Red Wings home team going in.
He of
After a
Birchmount
devastating
Collegiates. Me of Sir Oliver Mowat. What do you do when the grass gets long?
Through the third period, but they
What other high schools?
David Amber and the panel with much more.
Cardinal Newman.
On Hockey
That's
Day.
one. Leave me some Scarborough schools in the chat. Woo! Tell you what, I'll take a couple of your questions here before we bail on this stream to just go right to another. Hey, you want to see a graphic? It's going to be a good one. Oh, there it is. Oh, man, that's such a good graphic. Producer Stu, good job with this. I don't know if you made it, but you put it up. That's pretty sick. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle after show, hosted by Emily Agard. We will leave this stream on the Sportsnet YouTube channel, and we will be live. I said live on the Sportsnet Instagram page. If you go there and we haven't started yet, go back, because we will be starting in a matter of minutes. We'll be doing about 20 minutes. I don't know how we're going to do that. It's about 30 seconds a goal. Again, I told you, we have trouble keeping it to under double digits. We got 11 goals tonight. Unbelievable. There's no hockey team in the world like this. Blow lead, blow lead, blow lead. Overcome deficit. Love it. Love it. Why would you ever miss a third period of a Leaf game? Do you know what's going to happen? I don't. You know what? We'll save your questions. If you got questions, bring them to Sportsnet's Instagram page for the Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle after show. It's big. It's verified. It's got 1 million followers. Check it out. For now, this has been Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Leafs win 7-4. And we will be live in just a few minutes on the Sportsnet Instagram page with the Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle after show.